It's Battlefield 4. Yes, the return. We've dropped the 20. We've dropped the 2. We're back to 4 because we can't leave this game. Subscribing's great, and liking the stream is an important part of society's will? I don't know. Kevin's here too.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah. So, let's get ready to do this. And we're on the server that's got the best maps ever, apparently. You know what's funny is that this one actually does seem like it's more dead than it was before 2042 came out.
Yeah, you're saying it wasn't looking too good for the servers and that, right?
Yeah, they were like, there's full servers, but it definitely seems like there's not as many servers as there was. And I don't know if that's because like I've seen other Battlefields get a resurgence. It looks like Battlefield 5's more popular, Battlefield 1's more popular than it was. I wonder if people were like, okay, I need to move on, or maybe they're like, we judge you too harshly, Battlefield 1 and Battlefield whatever, because yeah, that's a weird shift, at least in my opinion.
I've seen comments like that, because remember, like, Battlefield 5, there's the people defending it, and then, like, a lot of, like, oh, that game sucks, but I have seen on comments when people talk about 2042 that, like, oh, I guess...
Kevin disconnected, guys. He'll be back in a sec. Kevin, come back. Anyways, I'm sure he'll start talking. Kevin has not played Dying Light 2 yet. Hey. Hey.
Objective Echo has been neutralized.
Objective Echo? Oh, that's what I'm taking. I can't believe I'm back having to play this game. It's like, it's almost sorrowing that we can't escape this title. I know it's well loved, but it's almost sorrowing. Kevin, you're chatting disconnected. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, so I was making my little joke there about how, like, I see people joking on Reddit that 5's not that bad, and then, like, sitting there laughing and like, oh man, you were, like, completely silent. I must have cut out there.
Yeah. You missed out on that one. I know you were setting up for something fun.
Yeah, right. Only the best comedy here, you know. Like, no,
yeah, it's comedy night. Seven nights a week. But yeah, I really hoped that we were finally gonna get to move on from this game. But what's going on with that helicopter? Oh come on, man! Shoot me in the back. I'm just trying to sightsee with the big chopper over there. Unbelievable. Yeah. That's what. But Kevin, you are not a Dying Light player, correct?
No. But apparently every single one of my friends is.
There you go. It is one of the biggest games of the year. I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see if I hear back from my Xbox people. If not, I might pick it up because they're doing like an update to it to like fix some of the, I don't know, VRR mode for 60 FPS or something. So that might be my draw and grab that game. I don't know. All I know is we're back in Battlefield 4, as you can tell. Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 2042? Ooh, that's a hard one. What do you think, Kevin? Do you like Battlefield 5 or do you like 2042?
Oh, I thought that'd already be known. No, I'm totally on 5 over 2042 myself.
No way.
But one opinion, right? No way, right? Yeah, who would have thought that?
No way. Kevin, you know, statistically, that's just impossible. Because 2042 is such a huge number over Battlefield 5. Like, that's 2,037 more Battlefields higher than Battlefield 5 is, Kevin.
No, that's fair. I think that just goes to show how jaded I am. No.
Mathematically, it's impossible, Kevin. Oh, damn it. Not the Beatles, no. Yeah. You think 2042 is fun but has its problems? So do I, but now it's, yeah, since there's no content coming till summer, that game is just kind of done, I think. Although I might cover the patch notes. People like listening to the patch notes of games. But streams-wise, I think
people
that
got
one's
it
done.
now.
What?
I was just joking. The people got to know, right?
They do gotta know. They love patch notes. Those cyberpunk videos where I go over the patch notes. Ooh, big views. Big views, Kevin. Good watch time. Big views. Living the life. What was that? Oh, they're all on the roof there. Hot damn. I gotta say, guys, I got so much copyright on that Dead Rising video last night. I should have saw it coming. But go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, you got copyright on it? What was it, like music or something?
You know, you would think it would be the music from the boss fights, but it was actually the music from the different places you go to.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. I was like, oh, damn it, copyright things. But then I was like, really? For this? Or for that? One of them was like one of the backstage areas for like 20 seconds. I was like, seriously? Music copyright on YouTube is a joke anyways, but... yeah. Couldn't believe it. It was fun too. Something about Big Team Battle being slow. I think Big Team Battle in Halo Infinite isn't the best. Are you not in? Oh, you are in my squad. Okay, because I was just like, I haven't seen you.
Trying to make my M4 closest to my airsoft M4, as nerdy as that is. No,
Gotta go for that intense realism.
hey. I think this game does the hollow sight the best out of all of them. Like, it's actually big, like a hollow sight, at least that I've seen is. It's nice, it's nice. Yeah. Kudos.
I'm indifferent on the hollow sight sizes. I don't really judge my games based on the hollow sights.
That's funny. What sights are you rocking? Red dot or what?
We've got... I don't know what this is. A Cobra sight?
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it is. I believe I have an AK, so... I don't know. I kind of set it up years ago, and I just don't care to change it. I'm very easygoing on that kind of thing, you know? I pick something, and then I'm just like, this is it. And then I don't care. I don't like change. You got the bad ending and had everyone killed? That's pretty dark. I didn't know they did different endings for that one. That's intriguing. But let's also not try to spoil Dying Light 2 times, considering it's only been out for a couple days. 20 minutes video. Reading the patch notes. That's literally what those videos are. It's just like patch note reading. That one was like 30-something minutes long, the patch notes for that like one Cyberpunk update. It was like pages of stuff. Pages. Yeah, that is kind of spoilers, isn't it? Well, then again, if everyone dies, we don't really know who's there, right? It's an interesting concept, because it's like, okay, you do Mass Effect 2, right, Kevin? Everyone dies, but that doesn't really tell you anything, does it?
No. Not really, no.
No.
At least not that I remember.
Well, it's like the suicide ending, right?
Yeah.
So it's like telling you everyone dies, and it doesn't really tell you anything. Everyone dies, okay? Who's everyone? Unless, like, you know, Dying Light 2 only has, like, 3 main characters. And then you'd be like, oh, okay. That would be spoilers. Ugh.
Didn't that one just come out today?
Yeah, like the other day, I think it was like Friday. I don't know. It's really just released, right? Like that one's fresh. Where is everybody? Yeah, shoot me in the back. There he is. Is Saifu one of the best games of 2022? I don't know yet. I got my code for it though. Tyler's sends an emote where he's all like, his smileys and stuff are all closed off. I feel kind of bad for maybe reading that then, if this is like something considered spoiler realm. Like again, guys, I haven't played the game, so I have like zero context into like.
Oh, why was that a comment you read out loud about the story there?
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I haven't done it. I haven't played any of it, right? I don't even know what goes on in the story in that game.
I wonder if there's a lot of that going on or something. You know, I remember when I was telling you about after Spider-Man playing that among lobby. Yeah, like Aunt May dies. It's like what?
Among Us, we're like among the spoilers.
Among your...
It seems like there's no people in this game compared to Battlefield 2042. Kevin, I'm too used to 128 players. There's not enough going on.
You just can't see everyone because it's not an open field. No, I'm joking.
I like to be able to constantly have that feeling of people being around me. I feel lonely. It feels like COVID in this world, Kevin.
Oh no, no,
I want to feel like 2042. Everybody's everywhere. Back to normal. Oh, that's a bad guy right there. Guy. Anyways, I haven't started Saifu yet, but I did get my code today, so it is something I am actively working on. So stay tuned for Sifu or Saifu. You guess I should Saifu myself? Perhaps so. Did I see the Suicide Squad game? I don't think the Suicide Squad game got officially announced. Again, guys, try not to confuse a leaker being like, this game got quietly delayed in comparison to this game got officially delayed. I know, you know, it's very likely that some stuff gets delayed, you know, it's something that could be very accurate, but there is a difference between like an official report being like, hey, this game is being delayed, and there's rumors that this game might get delayed. Just keep that in mind. Yes, hello there. Ask Kevin if he would give up his Xbox to get a brand new PC with everything tech today and never touch an Xbox again. I think I can answer that for Kevin and say yes.
Yes. That would, yes. I would absolutely be it.
You mean Kevin would give up his console for a free $5,000+ PC with top of the line tech and be able to play all of the games and Game Pass on PC? That's a hard one. That's a real hard choice.
Yeah, I would just hop on my brand new PC and then go play the same Xbox games I was playing, you know? Like,
Yep. What are you even missing out on then, really, right? Eventually you'll be able to stream all the Xbox games onto there anyways, too, right? So it's like...
Right.
You know, you look away for 1 second, and a skyscraper falls, you know? Didn't even feel it. Didn't even feel it in the ground. Didn't feel the rumbles, nothing. Not Saifu, it's Sifu. Sifu. EA resorts to next-gen upgrade for Battlefield 4. That would actually be hilarious. They went and they did like a remaster or something.
I guess there was a lot of comments on that or whatever. Just one thing I was reading where it was like a whole page of everyone saying like, all you had to do was give us Battlefield 3 or 4 again. You know, like...
That's all people ask for. They just want the same crap over and over again. It's just like me. They should have just done Halo 3, but like added new maps and added Sprint, and that's it. And just copy and paste the same game for the last 10 years. I would have been down. Ooh, that was a rough match for you, Kevin. What happened out there?
Whatever. I'm gonna blame the streamline or whatever that's on the screen.
Oh, yeah, you're streaming it. That's funny. Totally forgot. Yeah, Kevin thought he was gonna move on from Battlefield 4, so he deleted it. He was like, ha 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 ha. But yeah, there is a Dying Light 2 patch coming, so that's when I might grab the game if I need to. That might be where I kind of go, yes, I will check it out. I'm expecting Life is Strange remastered codes tomorrow, so we might stream that tomorrow night, and then Wednesday we might do Saifu or something, and then we'll do Crossout, I think is on Thursdays, the 10th or something, so stay tuned for all this stuff, guys. Yeah. I might get some Playmobil sets sent to me again, because they're still working out the logistics of Canada stuff in the pandemic era. Kevin, I just want some cool Playmobil sets.
Right.
Don't you too like Playmobil? It's actually pretty cool stuff, guys. I got a review of one of their castles up on the channel. It's pretty sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like this massive castle. They're very detailed. I don't know if you've ever like seen Playmobil, but it's like really authentic. Actually, you might like it because it's so authentic. They did like a medieval thing. It's like Kingdom Come up in there.
See, that's awesome. I always appreciate that, right?
Yeah. You like authenticity to too high of a degree almost. My favorite class in Battlefield 4? What am I playing as? I think it's Assault? I don't know. What's your favorite class, Kevin?
Probably Medic.
Is it,
Or is it Assault?
Isn't Medic
I'm
Assault?
pretty sure. Yeah, it's one and the same, right? And then it was until I think Battlefield 1 they switched it over.
No, I thought it used to be Medic was separate, and then they shoved Medic under the Assault class. If I'm not mistaken. But I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's been a while. And they all do it differently too, right?
Yeah.
Breaking down glass. Does it have a scoreboard? Oh yeah, that got delayed, but the scoreboard's coming. That's gonna be a video I can do where I'm like, the scoreboard is here, and everyone's gonna be like, what? No way, I don't play this game, trash game. But they'll watch and I'll get views. And they'll be fun. There you go. That's what it's all about, Kevin. Views. Yeah.
I think the poor scoreboard got delayed.
Yeah, that was just shocking. Sifu. Oh yeah, I play Assault, so Assault's got the medic stuff on it.
Okay, yeah.
Wouldn't it be more fun if I called it Sifu? I know, what sounds more mystical and martial arts like, Kevin? Sifu or Sifu?
Kind of like Sifu.
Yeah. It's a
Sifu
game.
kind of makes it sound like a pirate game to me. No, I don't know.
That's an interesting way to look at it. But it's a game that's Dark Souls-esque, and every time you die, you get a little bit older, and therefore the game becomes a little harder.
That sounds kind of funny. Sitting there and you're like some 70-year-old man trying to like get in combat. It's like, dude, you suck at this game. No, just...
I can just see the frustration I'm going to have with it. I can feel the frustration. I just haven't met it yet. What's going on with that wall over there? Why does that wall look so weird? That wall looks like unnatural almost. This game looks so freaking jagged, it's unreal.
No.
I can't believe we have to keep coming back to this.
That's funny.
Ah, who knows? Maybe they'll buy EA and then we'll get this upgraded.
That's a purchase I would love to see. I think you're right on the next one, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Definitely
Just,
saying
you
EA.
know, yeah.
There's just
But
too
EA
much
would-
IP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, EA too. Might as well throw UBEA and Take-Two in a big bundle. Can you do two for once? Does that work? In
We have just neutralized objective Alpha.
buy Take-Two, buy 2 publishers, get 1 free. In a stunning turn of events, EA has decided, hey, we want to be part of the party, and they've just decided to join Microsoft for nothing. Didn't want to miss out, you know? But, like, you know, honestly, like, the thing, though, with, like, an EA purchase is all those games are already in Game Pass and stuff.
Yeah, that's true, right?
It wouldn't be, like, a huge change. I just guess it would be as part of, like, the base package of EA instead, or of Game Pass instead of the Ultimate. I don't know how that would work. Well, I guess you would get the sports games and stuff for free. And a lot of people probably be like, oh, that's not a big deal, but, you know, wasn't it the Genesis that got killed? Or not the Genesis, sorry, the Dreamcast that died because they didn't have the sports games?
I think I remember hearing about that. Sports games are huge, because, like, it's funny, either you love them or you hate them, it seems, because I've talked to friends that only play sports games, you know, and they'll always be like, oh, I play sports games, and people will be like, oh, those games suck, yada yada, but I know people that's the only video game they play.
Yeah, I've got
a
pal or two. They just do NHL.
Yeah, exactly, right? I'd like to see it. I don't know. I kind of think Microsoft generally is decent with it, like good for games. Dare I say, you know, like I'm really curious to see what ends up happening with the CODs and that, right? Like, I like your joke of releasing like Stickman COD, you know, if they had to, and it's like, what's it? The next COD will be without Microsoft's influence. Obviously, it's already done, I'd assume, right?
Yeah,
For the
that
most
one. Well,
part?
it's not done. It's being polished and stuff, but
Okay.
yeah,
but-
it's basically done.
Yeah. So you'll have to wait till what, next COD after that, or the next two after, or
25.
Okay. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how that COD turns out. I was actually listening to some guy talking earlier about how like it'll be interesting to see if they put more detail into like the single player stuff and all that.
Well, it'll probably go to longer development cycles, I would imagine.
Which might be really good for the game instead of like, oh no, Vanguard's not ready. Someone pull out Cold War. You know.
Someone call up Treyarch. Your game's releasing a year early. Not again. Not again. Bad news, boys. We're gonna have to cut that zombies upgrade we've been working towards. No. Well, I mean, for Battle or for what was it? Crap. What's that series called that they do? Black Ops. Yeah, Black Ops 4. They had to cut the campaign, right? So.
Yeah.
And the third one was like a terrible campaign because they had to like rush that one together and stuff. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how that changes. Now, just imagine a scenario where they, you know, say they pick up EA as well and they just own all the shooters. What are they gonna do? Like cycle? It's like 1 year it's Battlefield, 1 year it's COD, 1 year it's Halo, and then 1 year it's Gears. Like that's
You know how
just gnarly.
cool that would be? I bet you we'd get single player back in Battlefield if that was the case.
Oh, definitely. Of course you would. You would also get people liking the stream. Subscribing's great. Donations cool.
Yeah.
Consider becoming a channel member. Alternatively, the Patreon option. Plan starting like $2. You get behind the scenes stuff. Emotes to use in the live stream chat. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Streaming all the time. And then also, gamerheadquarters.com. One plug into the stream. Pretty cool site if you like to read.
Ooh.
I know.
Neutralized objective Bravo.
You might see
Proof.
iconic things like that Cats review.
There's an enemy machine gun.
And probably the greatest review you will ever read.
It's pretty funny. You actually recovered?
Yeah, you saw that, right?
I jumped out. I thought you were lost cause.
Anyways.
Oh, you blew up. I killed the guy after he killed you.
Nice.
You're welcome. Let's see what people are saying. When is Metroid Prime 4 coming out? I don't know. This year? Next year? I'm not sure. What do I think has the best graphics so far on the Series X? Probably Gears 5 or Battlefield 2042. I think. Maybe Destiny? I don't know. I have a list. I was supposed to do my top 10 best looking games, so I gotta get that one together. But, you know, we can hate on Battlefield 2042 all we want, but that game does look visually quite gorgeous.
Oh, it's probably it is the nicest looking game, I think, for the Series S.
Oh, it's
like,
pretty on the Series S. That one is very, very pretty on the Series S. I was surprised that one looked so good. Because I think I told you about that, right? I was like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting that.
yeah.
What else looked really good on the Series S? There was a couple games where I was like, I am shocked by how good this game looks. There was a couple where I was like, whoa. But if you really want a good showcase of how much better the Series S is, you can do Call of Duty Vanguard on Xbox One and then do it on the Series S. And it's like they both target 1080 and 60, but like, you know, on the S you actually get 1080 and you get 60. Whereas on the Xbox One you get like frame drops and you get like really low res.
That's fine.
Yeah, it is actually quite a stark difference there. I was genuinely surprised. And I think there's also a 120 FPS option too on the Series S.
I think I told you this, but I was talking to that one guy or whatever. He was just being argumentative, but like he mentioned that he doesn't see the difference between last gen and new gen, and I was thinking I wish I played GTA before that conversation because I just tell him, you know, like load up GTA.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the speed of that.
And that game's not even optimized yet.
Yeah, which is crazy, right? Like,
God, you go play those old Battlefronts and it just loads.
yeah.
It just goes across the screen. I know they're really old games, but it's like, hot damn. It's just... Yeah, I can't wait till we see games fully doing that, because, we're just gonna see load screens disappear. Like, entirely.
That'd be so cool, just to hit the game and it starts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the Master Chief Collection, like, it shocks me every time I have to, like, reload that game. It's just instantly you're back into it.
Yeah.
You think Horizon 5 is gorgeous? I do too. I think it visually is quite stunning, but there's so much pop-in that game that I kind of, like, have to think about that one. Because, when you're sitting there, I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful, it's so beautiful. But when you're driving around, it is kind of like, oh my god, I can see every freaking, like, plan stuff popping up, and I'm pretty sure that's because it's cross-gen. But,
I have eyes on an
yeah,
enemy.
no, Horizon 5 is seriously stunning, but it's just kind of like, again, that kind of thing kills the immersion a little bit for me. To a degree, but it is a beautiful game, yeah. How would Dead Rising 1 look on the Series X? I mean, I streamed it last night. Yeah, you even said you watched it and you thought it was really funny last night. Oh, you're talking about Dead Rising 1. Oh, okay, Dead Rising 1 will look the same. Well, it won't look the same. It's gonna, like, resolution stuff and the frame rate is the same as the Dead Rising 2 because it's part of the same package that was remastered on the Xbox One. So, there you go. The war stories. I really don't care much for the war stories in the Battlefield games. Like, they're cool, but, every time I would play one and finish one, I'd be like, that's it? I would be like, okay. Like, there's just small slices of war, but they feel like really unfinished little like, they're not a story, they're just little quick bits, and that, to me, doesn't quite hit the same mark as, like, an actual story that's set up. Did you like the war stories?
Some of them I really like. My favorite was actually the opening one for Battlefield 5 with My Country is Calling, or I think it was called. But you would just do like maybe 2 minutes bits while like the overall narrator was talking, and then you'd switch to another story. But like that really captured the feeling, and I don't know. Yeah, I do kind of prefer like the long stories, like say 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Than just the individual short stories, but some of the short stories were really good.
Yeah, they're not bad, any of them, is what I'm saying, but it's like,
Yeah.
Either I was like, oh, I want more of this, or it just feels unfinished, or it's just kind of like, oh, okay, we're done. That was my big issue with it. What is that is set up there? Is it just some equipment? Alrighty then. We captured the position. Bank card campaign was good in your opinion. I enjoyed it. Does 360 games work on Series X? To a large degree, yes. You just picked up Oli Oli World. It's pretty good and quite challenging. I did do a review of Oli Oli World. It runs at 120 FPS as well. Very zen-like, but yeah, that little bugger of a game freaking pisses me off sometimes. Ugh. Have you ever played the Oli Oli games, Kevin?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I call them the Dark Souls of skateboarding. They're like 2.5D platforming skateboarding games. And the time you get out of them is basically how many times you like mess up. Like you have to go back to like a checkpoint and stuff. And you can spend like 20 minutes on a level. Sometimes you spend 2 minutes on a level. Like it's got like when you're in the zone and it's so zen with the music and the action and the flow of it. 120, you're just like zipping along, grinding and stuff. But when you're messing up, you're just sitting there going, ah.
That's funny. I like that description, how you can call games by that. When you're like, it's the Dark Souls of skateboarding, my first thought was like, so what, it's hard?
Yeah. It's a friggin' genre descriptor now, but it's just like, damn, that game. Frustrates the hell out of me. Anyway. Let's see what else people are saying. There's a patch that reduces the pop-it. Oh, I guess I'll take a look at it. I filmed a video of it on Series S recently, Horizon 5, and it was quite poppin'-any for me. Kind of making up words. Let's see. Headspace away from the chat. Oh, I'm sorry that you're feeling that there, Lucas. Well, I hope you're still having fun with your sitting back and stuff. But yeah, I thought the Dead Rising video that I did yesterday, or the stream, was pretty funny. I was making lots of jokes, Kevin. They do a lot of, the ladies in that game are very provocative at times. You know, there was Snowflake the Tiger, and I think it was actually quite humorous.
Better than the Gunk game or whatever that one was?
Oh, no, Kevin. That's one in the top, that's one of the best streams ever, the Gunk one. There's a lot of sucking and blowing and pipes in that game. The Gunk has it all.
Awesome.
Wow, that game sucked. And not in a bad way.
Guy Captain's review, that game sucked. 2 thumbs up.
Suckest game of 2021.
Must play.
Must play. The Must Suck Award 2021. It's so funny though. It's a Game Pass title. Like I said, if you just want an easy 3.5, 4 hour game where you're just kind of going through it, it's kind of quite enjoyable. Yeah. It's the beauty of Game Pass though, is some people would never play that, but they can try it there and they might enjoy it or something, right?
Yeah.
This is another time, guys, where Kevin is playing a game. He doesn't even have it downloaded.
Right?
That's because he hates Battlefield 4, guys. He just doesn't want you to know. Just kidding.
It's a good game, just a little overdone. You made the joke, I can't believe we're coming back to this again, you know?
Yeah, I can't believe it. We'll throw it back in rotation again. But it's you can see where, the Series S, one of its weaknesses is storage, but if they could get that cloud thing moving really smoothly, that won't be a weakness anymore.
I think everyone should support the cloud gaming. It's awesome, and my issue is it's a little laggy with the line, but yeah, it gets support. They work on that. What, a couple years? That's all worked out. Not even, maybe. Who knows? Right?
You know what? Technically, you get better performance out of the cloud than you do off your console because they use Series X blades, eh?
Oh, really? See, I didn't know. Maybe it's just the line or whatever in the middle of combat that kind of throws you off, but...
That drives me crazy, but they'll get it fixed.
Right.
Now, if you could...
Really? Yeah.
So they're talking about literally selling just a streaming stick for Xbox Cloud Gaming. Would you be comfortable not having a console, but just having a stick that you play your games off of?
That'd be really interesting. I'd be scared of losing it or something.
I imagine it would just sit in your TV.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. It would. All things get smaller over time, right? Well, theoretically. I don't know.
Because you wouldn't have any games
Actually,
on it. You would just stream through it and stuff.
When you put that, right? Actually, kind of seems futuristic if you put it that way. You know, you'll go get the stick.
Yeah. I'm just intrigued by it. If you would actually consider being that a replacement for your console, you would just get a stick.
You think that'd be cheaper?
Oh, for course, it'd probably be $30 or something. Maybe 50? I'm trying to think how much the Chromecast. Let's just say, theoretically, it's $70 or less.
Oh, that would be... Actually, it just sounds like you think you would want to go that way. Then it would be easy for anyone to buy that stick, and then it would be like your Netflix subscription or something like that. It would just be the stick verifying that you have the device to play said games or something like that, right?
It would also improve the connection, because they have stronger... they're built literally just to stream stuff, right?
Yeah.
Connection-wise. It definitely would be interesting. And then if you think about it, I mean, you could get a better stick later, but technically your games would just improve as the consoles do, because the stick would just be getting a signal, right? So you could technically always have a constantly upgraded experience, right? That's
actually super crazy to think about, you know, you're going over to like crash at a buddy's house or something. He's got an extra TV. It's like, hey man, you bringing your Xbox over? It's like, yeah, it's in my back pocket right now. You know.
I could see those being commercials where it's like, you know, they kind of do like a through the ages thing where it's like, oh, where you know, you got kid me is sitting there lugging their console over. It's super heavy to their friends. Then they're lugging over its Series X, and then it's like, oh, did you bring your console? You bet, buddy. And they pull it out of their back pocket or something. That would be a cool
Right? That would be something. Gaming has come so far. The new Xbox, blah blah blah, or I don't know.
Xbox Series. Well, you can't use S for stream because that's taken. C? What does C stand for? Xbox Series Cool.
Awesome. Or C for cool.
No. The Xbox Series C for Call of Duty.
Ooh, yeah.
They got limited edition sticks. It's like a tiny little like USB sized stick, and it's got like Makarov on it or something.
Man, okay, sorry, I just got hyped. Okay, there's no excuse now. If they own it, we could get the MCC of Call of Duty, could we not?
Yeah.
Well, let's tweet out.
You just thought about that?
I don't know why. Yeah, I just thought I always thought of it coming to Game Pass, like, oh hey, the lobbies would come up. But no, let's get an MCC going of that. Like, that would be so cool.
Ugh. Well, you know, if they'll do any more remasters, they'll definitely include the multiplayer.
Right? I don't know how cool that would be to get every single COD game. Like, oh man, I don't feel like playing Black Ops 2, but turn on Call of Duty 3, you know, or something. Like,
I'm glad that you've just realized that.
right? Well, I've always thought of it, but I just realized that that's totally, yeah, a possibility now.
Anything's possible now, Kevin.
Right?
This is where dreams
Oh,
are
man,
driven.
that should be where everyone would go. Well, that's where everyone should be asking for, if you will.
Yeah. You, like, engineer the most. I am so behind on these comments. Okay, let's pop up here. That Dead Rising stream was probably one of my best. I'm glad you enjoyed that. It was, I really did think it was pretty funny. I was getting some good jokes out of that one. I'm almost, like, wanting to suggest it to Kevin for viewing, but... Yeah, no, there was some good stuff in that one. I was cracking things off. Yeah.
I checked it out. I don't know if it's pretty funny. I remember I went and looked up your plasma pistol bit.
Oh, the plasma pistol, that thing is so funny. I'm just like losing it. A little white goo all over the floor. Alright, let's quickly try to catch up on this. Oh, we talked about that one. Maybe we haven't actually got that many comments. Nobody's commenting. Okay. Dark Souls is skateboarding, love it. See, that was accurate. I'll feel for the best. I mean, it's enjoyable. Will I stream Dead Rising 2 again sometime? I think so. I'll definitely turn off the music, though, because I got absolutely railed on that, and I didn't get any money off it yesterday, but, you know, that'll definitely be a thing, I think. Gaming is moving towards subscriptions, and streaming is just like movie did. Yes, it is, but it takes a little bit longer, and it's a little bit harder to do than movies, right? But they will get there eventually. And... Stadia, yes, it will be Stadia-like, right, with the Chromecast. That's kind of how Stadia does it. I imagine Xbox is going to do something like that. But I'm also assuming with that, before we get, like, the Game Pass stick, we'll just call it that for now, I would imagine they're probably going to want to iron it out so that, you know, things like Kevin right now with that line, they'll probably want to get that line fixed up, and then they'll release it, right?
That would be really nice. That's my only complaint. Other than that, like, I just don't see where it's not a brilliant idea. Especially since everything's, you have to download it now. Like, it totally skips that part.
Mm-hmm.
Almost feels like classic gaming where you just, like, swap in your disc, you're good to go.
Yes, it does. And I mean, like, I've been telling people for a while, eventually you won't get an Xbox console, you'll just use an app on your TV, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the middle thing before that, right? That's that middle thing where you go from full console, small stick to just like a digital app, right? Like it's a progression. It takes time.
Yeah.
Someday. And I mean, you know, not everyone will go for it right away, but eventually that'll just be how you do it. And That's what Xbox is working towards. It's the future of gaming, not necessarily the now. But I do think they'll also always release a console option. I'm sure they don't mind making money off of it, but it's just like, this is where they're definitely looking for further at. All the companies are, right? Like Amazon Luna, Stadia, they tried. I think Stadia is kind of dead in my opinion at this point, but you know, Stadia, Amazon, Microsoft, PlayStation picked up with Xbox to do their streaming thing down the road. Nintendo did the same. You know, this is just eventually what we're getting towards. They are on the second level if you are at the D. If you are grabbing the D. Oh, it's Storm. He's there.
Ah.
He's a stormin'.
He's a storming.
Now they're all gone. Where did they go?
Objective Charlie, neutralized.
The numbers. What do they mean? Where's the trigger, Kevin? Where is it?
Wait.
There's a hostile soldier.
What's going on here? But yeah, no, actually, I'm just thinking that Dead Rising stream, that was pretty funny. It's like the driving. Yeah, good times, especially with Snowflake. You know who Snowflake is, Kevin?
Not off the top of my head, no.
He's a tiger you can get in Dead Rising 2 and 2 off the record. You feed him steaks and then he becomes your friend. He killed me.
Oh.
Snowflake ate me and I had to restart. That was frustrating. Try to play co-op next Dead Rising 2. I was at one point trying to get that to going with my buddy Mitchell there. I don't know who else I talked about doing that with, Dead Rising streaming, but possibly a co-op thing. Just keep in mind also that the co-op is more prone to cause like crashes and disconnects and stuff, so that can be a bit of an issue in the Dead Rising games, but it is a lot more fun in the co-op setup. Which one do you think will start off the data-only game load games, Xbox or PlayStation? Xbox will very likely move towards cloud gaming more than PlayStation will, because PlayStation makes its money off of hardware, whereas Xbox makes their money off of software. They're a software company, right?
Yeah.
The long term, I'm sure PlayStation will also shift there, but they're going to try to drag it a little bit because, again, they do make a lot of money off of their consoles and stuff, right? So they probably don't want to move over as quickly. So that's an interesting thing looking at the business. So look, the guys are all dancing.
Right? We got them 360 jumps going.
Yeah. Battlefield 1 and 5 back in rotation? Yeah, they're back. Like Keanu Reeves was back at John Wick. They've been asking if I'm back. And yeah, I'm starting to think I'm back. That's what Microsoft was talking about with Xbox, you know. Xbox is like, I'm starting to think I'm back. That was the Bethesda one. And then John Wick 2 was when they bought Activision.
That's awesome. I was wondering, do the Thanos theme or whatever on like your community page with like Battlefield, the cover of Battlefield 1 and 5, like, and where did it lead you all? Back to...
We could do the... Why is everybody quitting this match? What the hell? Did you see that?
Yeah, it's sort of completely backed out just about there.
Zavid. Why? Zavid's pretty cool. But, you know, you do one of those things where it's like Loki, where he's sitting there in jail, and it's like, you must be truly desperate to come back to it. Although, guys, tomorrow's community picture, again, still don't have the daily nature photos yet, but I think tomorrow is going to be a real good photo. I think you guys are going to like it.
I hope everyone gets a kick out of it.
Yeah, it's quite glorious. I teased it with Kevin, so it's a good one, I think. My favorite Dead Rising that isn't off the record? 3? Maybe 3.
Really? 3?
Yeah, why? You don't like 3?
Oh, 3's alright. I really like the original one, even though 2 and 3 are awesome. It's a great series. There's just something about number 1 when you unlock the special moves and that, and you're Frank West like pulling out zombies' guts the whole time.
I like 3 because that to me really felt like a next gen game at the beginning of last generation. Just like the quantity of zombies, the new story style. it was like the perfect game to show off what next gen gaming was going to provide at that time, and I think that's why I really really enjoyed that one.
Oh, that's right. It's a great game. All the Dead Risings, right? Is there one you don't like? You know?
You know, I don't like 4, even 4, which is hugely hated by people. I don't mind that one. It's okay.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say there's really a bad entry. Even the little spin-off ones, like the cheaper little story games, those are still pretty good too. Yeah. It's not really a bad Dead Rising.
Now control objective Delta.
And again, you know, you can be disappointed with Dead Rising 4, but you know, if you kind of look at it, you know, if you take a step back, you can kind of be like, it's an okay game, it's fine.
Right?
Yeah. Xbox sure got the short end of the stick on that one though. With the, well, it was all rushed and everything too. Are we assuming this will fill up with? I'm assuming this will fill up with people. There's not that going to be that many servers, right?
Yeah. You want to give it a minute or two just to see?
Yeah, it's 14 on 12, so that's like what, half the player sizes. That's not too bad. Yeah, I can see this filling up. Just like I can see the stream filling up with your likes. Ho ho ho! Subscribing's great. Donation's cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Alternatively, the Patreon option. Stream it all the time. Put my love on the line. Do do do.
Beast.
Anyways. Oh, and I went out to the bar today.
Nice.
And I was like, you know what? It's cheap pizza day. I'm gonna try the pizza. You know, I've had it before, but I'm like, oh, I'll do the pizza. And then someone I know went and got a Clubhouse, but now they've added cheese to the Clubhouse, and I was like, son of a.
Well, that's funny.
So it's like the one day I'm like, oh, I'll try something different. I get to miss out on the new cheese being added to the Clubhouse.
Take it you're hitting up the dogwood, if I had to guess?
No, I was back in the old place. Are you there? Your body, every time I go to you, is flashing and disappearing.
I saw you trying, so I thank you.
Your body like kept twitching in and out. But no, not the doghouse today. I went back to the old Atlas.
Heads up, enemy snipers north of your current position.
But like, yeah, it was.
Atlas Pizza is really good, though. I could see why you got a pizza there. Like,
Yeah, but I always get the Clubhouse, and
yeah,
the one time I don't get the Clubhouse, they've revitalized it with new stuff.
all right.
Cheese, Kevin. Cheese. Looked great.
Hey, cheese is awesome.
It is. Man, that sucks. Who knows the next time I'll be there. Wow, that spark stuff looks so pixelized, it's unreal. You like Dead Rising 4, no timer? Yeah, a lot of people were really split on the timer when we were talking about it last night. What's my favorite Battlefield? Battle Company 2. Kevin, what's your favorite Battlefield?
This time I'm gonna say Battlefield 3.
There you go, guys. As you can tell, Kevin has no allegiances. It just changes games every time. Let's keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
I'm kicking a tree around.
I was talking.
Oh yeah, they do. Go ahead there, Kevin.
I was playing with, had some random people in the DayZ group, and one person asked me what's my favorite game. And I was like, oh man, usually I have this one. You know, people get it, yeah.
You
We
should
get
have
asked.
That's funny. Let's see, you noticed today that Halo Infinite MCC looks better on the Series S when you set the Xbox to 1080 instead of 4K. That seems inaccurate. Sorry. Yeah, if you set your Xbox to output 1080, you are getting a worse picture quality than if you set it to output 4K because you get less of a color range and yeah, it won't look as good. Sorry. Bum 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 bum. I almost feel like, oh no, our side's filling up. Okay.
Is it? Okay.
16 on 12, because I was kind of being like, ugh, but then I'm like, there's only, what, 32 to a team? 32 to a team?
Yeah.
That's still like half our size, isn't it, though? 30 to 16. I'm debating
I'm
on
happy-
going to a new lobby.
I will totally go to a new lobby if you want.
Okay, let's go do that because it's quiet. I mean, we can always jump back into this one because there's not any
Yeah.
players in it. Haha. Anyways, there you go. Now you guys know, and knowing's half the battle. It would be funny if out of all of this, we do actually get to move on from Battlefield 4. 2042 kills this one, and then the other ones get to come back and don't call it a comeback. New squad. Empty slot. Squad settings. How do I invite you from this?
Here, I can join you. This one's like 8 years old already or something, isn't it?
This game?
Yeah.
This is like 2013. So wait, you can choose base maps for settings, but you can't choose like DLC maps unless you specifically choose only to do DLC maps. That's weird.
Are there any DLC maps open?
I don't really see
It'd be
lobbies
great
for
to do
it.
them, though.
Number 1 Goldmun 24/7, but yet the map is Parcel Storm. That's funny. 24/7 skills and kills, excellent maps. Hurt Locker addicts. Actual seriousness, Zavid 311 hardcore. Noob server. I mean, it's got 2 slots, and it looks like they're doing regular maps. Should we try the noob server?
Sure.
Oh. Oh, we could have joined excellent premium maps. Damn it. Oh well. Battlefield Portal is really fun. It is enjoyable. Yeah, we do sometimes do that in 2042, but I think 2042 is getting the kick because of them not supporting it. You know what? You're right. Game Pass is going to have all the shooters. COD, Halo, and Battlefield already is on there. Not to mention Gears, Rainbow Six Siege. That is a neat way to look at it. I just can't believe we're back in this game. Kevin, all I wanted was to move on. Am I not allowed to have what I want? What I need?
You know what you really need, though, right? Likes on the streaming. Okay,
It's too early, Kevin. We just did that on the other map. It was the best of intentions. That's funny. You know what's really exciting is Toby might pop up in the new Doctor Strange movie. Woo-hoo. I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's really neat, actually. Like,
Is it weird that makes me more excited for that movie than even Doctor Strange being in it? What happened to me? I literally only am caring about these Marvel films and shows if they've got Toby in them.
Toby's awesome. They should just do Spider-Man 4. Like, if they already have him showing up again, like I wonder if it'll just be like him bouncing in between universes, and one's like Toby like swinging, and he's like, "Oh hey," or something like
It's
that. You know?
Youth counselor guy again.
Yeah.
It would be so funny if they never find out his secret identity. Like he actually is able to keep it like under wraps, and no one else figures it out. Huh? Where'd that Peter Parker go? Used to say. Oh, bonjour, Matt. Hello there. So many people buy a console strictly for COD, right? So many people that do the comments on the polls, and Kevin, you were sitting there shifting through all those comments. People just don't understand that. Like they think that there's more money in Microsoft keeping it multi-platform. There isn't.
Oh yeah, no. Way more money. Not only will they sell more consoles, but yeah, I think the biggest argument is the Game Pass, right? Like,
I saw Game Pass like crazy. And some people are like, it should be on Game Pass and available for purchase. I don't think there's a single game that's only available for Game Pass. Not
Well, yeah, I
talking.
think they double up if they get you paying for Game Pass and then you decide to still purchase the game.
It's extra money.
Alright.
I wonder if that will sell more battle passes in COD. Because they do what? How many seasons did they do for Cold War? 6 seasons was it? And $15 a pop, US. You're making more than the game. Huh. That's crazy. Oh, what was? I think the number was Activision made $5 billion on microtransactions last year.
Really? Whoa.
That company's gonna pay for itself in like.
Yeah, not long at all.
No. That's crazy.
My favorite comments always were though that like, oh, no one plays COD, and it's like #1 selling game. Just about everyone I know still plays COD, even if they're not playing Vanguard. Which I still know people playing Vanguard. You know, like.
It's the party game. You just played Battlefield 2 on Series X. Are you? Oh, you're talking about like the original Battlefield 2 Modern Combat? I can't find that one. I'm trying to find it. 'Cause I think you have to have a disc. I need to put together a list of all the games that you can only get if you get a disc.
Look, here right now.
You changed, bro. Did I change or did somebody else change? Is it because of my new haircut? Nice hair, bro. You know that was so weird, Kevin. When everybody was like, "Nice haircut," I'm like, I appreciate the comments, but I'm like, it's the same hairstyle I always get. It's just shorter. I literally go to the hair person, and I'm like, and they always go to me, same? Yes. And I just sit there quietly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, you need that kind of relationship with your barber or haircut stylist or whatever, right?
Yeah, I just call, it's like, is whatever in here? And they'll go, yep. And they'll be like, can I come in? They'll be like, okay. And then I go and drive there, and then I get a cut, and then I go on with my life for a few weeks and stuff. It's perfect.
You had me looking. I got the original Battlefield 2 Modern Combat game on disc, 360.
Are you freaking kidding me, Kevin?
No, I actually got that one, man.
I have to drive by and borrow some games. Because you got that Arkham too, don't you?
Yeah. Origins, right? I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
crazy. I got that one on disc, too.
Do you have Mortal Kombat 9?
No, I don't really have much of the Mortal Kombats.
We were almost 3 for 3, guys.
Yeah, that's nice.
What about Madden 06?
No.
No.
Sorry, I don't even know that one.
Madden 2006? Really?
Yeah.
You don't know of it.
Oh, wait, Madden 2006?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I got Madden 06.
What?
I thought... Yeah, I got Madden 06, man.
That's the one with the
I
easy
got my
achievements.
What, all the achievements for it?
Yeah, there's like 5 achievements. It takes like 5 minutes to get all the games going.
Oh, then I should go do that. I think that's all probably on an old... my older account that I don't even have anymore.
Yeah, man, it's the 360. Seriously, it's like, the achievements are so easy. Oh, don't worry, the FTC isn't going to do anything. I can send you the link for that, too. Sodelo, the CEO of Microsoft, did an interview with the Financial Times about the FTC thing. So, the FTC has a finite budget in the US, and they are currently going after Meta, which is, now or what Facebook used to be, or is now. Sorry.
Yeah.
So they don't actually have the budget to even bother Microsoft, so it's going to be just passed through. And it's not even, because even Sodelo was joking, he's like, they don't go after companies for a 5% like increase and stuff. Like it's not, it's really like a non-deal. Like they'll just pass it through. Could be done early summer, right? Like it's really not a big deal. Is the ship coming, Kevin?
Ew.
I think the ship's coming in.
Is this the one with the Megalodon on it?
Yes. I think yes.
Oh, it's another crazy rare game? That Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2. I have that on disc, but like no one I know knows of it. Do you know?
I know
probably
of that
know
one. It's not backwards compatible though, but I do know of that one. That was the RTS, right?
Awesome. Yeah, the RT. Yeah, that was so fun.
Do you know about Lord of the Rings Conquest?
Yes, that one was really cool. I haven't seen that game in forever. It was a battlefield for Lord of the Rings, and like
I thought it was Battlefront Lord of the Rings because it's the same company.
Actually, yeah, I guess Battlefront, whatever you call it. You know, like you'd spawn as the good guys or the bad guys, and you have the control points and all that. Yeah.
I believe it was Pandemic that made that. Pandemic would have to do, like, we always joke about this, but they literally have to do a rebranding, wouldn't they? If they were still around today.
Oh, what, just because of the name? That's, yeah, I guess, that's odd.
Pandemic Studios? That would be like, oof. They'd be EA whatever, wherever they're located. Speaking of that, I guess EA has 2 or 3 secret new studios that they've propped up in the last year or something? I was like, what?
I feel like EA should be like, meanwhile at the Legion of Doom, you know, like, meanwhile at the EA headquarters, and it comes out of the swamp or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess if they have studios, they're bringing back the golf game, and I think they're trying NBA again. Although I can't see how that would work, but... That's a good question. You love Battle for Middle-earth, played on your old PC. I feel like, again, RTS is just better on PC. Like, it's great on console, some of them are really, really good, but man, RTS with the mouse and keyboard is just, like, where it's at.
Oh, it's good. I kind of like that joke of, I was watching some people, because obviously with the Activision Blizzard thing, I was really excited for, like, StarCraft to come to console, because I don't see where that would be, like, any more complex than Battle for Middle-earth.
Yeah.
You know, which obviously you can play on console, but all I'd see was jokes of, like, oh, if they had, like, an online multiplayer with people getting wasted, you know, by PC players, and I can't deny that. Like, I've seen some people playing StarCraft, and they're just, like, on their keyboard. I'm even a point-and-click on PC when I'm playing that game, which, like, obviously you're going to do a lot worse than someone who's, like, everything keybind, you know.
Yeah, like, some people just hotkey like a crazy boss in that game, but that's, like, the pros. Yeah. And they'll probably have, assuming, you know, let's say StarCraft does a remaster and they release it and release it on console and PC, you'll be able to plug in a mouse and keyboard if you really want to compete with PC players on the console. They'll let you.
Yeah, that's true, right? I just think it would be so fun, because, like, Battle for Middle-earth that was a good-looking game, dude. Have you ever seen that one? I might be, like, nostalgia glasses on, but the graphics on it were beautiful. That game was so awesome at capturing all the different environments of the maps and that. It had just about every map you could think of too.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't think I actually really played it, but I knew of it. It was one of those ones that I didn't play. I think I watched.
Oh yeah, well, it's one of the games, right? But uber cool.
I'm glad I know of it for you, though. See, I have a lot of knowledge of games, even that I haven't necessarily, like, played.
Oh, that's absolutely it. I'll say games, and you generally know it. I brought it up a couple times, but you're the only guy still that knows of 99 Nights.
99 Nights. What a weird one for you to bring up. Because, you know, I think at that time, I was also putting together, like, my Xbox Fighters roster for that video, and I don't know if it's ever going to happen. But, yeah, because I was, like, looking up all the franchises, and I was like, I did not know they owned that game. Because I knew of it, but I didn't know that the Xbox had owned it. I was like, oh, damn. And, yeah, I was surprised I think you brought it up, didn't you? Or something like that? Or
yeah, I did, yeah, just mentioning if you played it, because, like, no one knows of it, and I really liked that game. It was uber cool. It, like, was younger too, probably had a little, like, video game crush on the main character there, you know? Like
yeah. Why wasn't that one ever backwards compatible? That's weird. Shouldn't Xbox own it?
Yeah, weren't you saying that was an Xbox only or something like that? Or
it was exclusive to 360, but then it kind of makes me wonder, it's like, was it like a music reason that they didn't make it backwards compatible? Performance? Like some games, technically, they just, like, they don't work backwards compatible-wise. So that would have to be the reason for that one. Because otherwise, you know, if Xbox owns it, why don't they just release it, right? That's strange. Because, you know, for, like, a similar, well, not the same scenario, but, like, for 2 Human, legally they can't sell that game due to issues with Epic Games over how the game was created with the engine and everything. But what they did was they just made it free. you know, digitally on Xbox. And I was like, that's really cool. So if you guys ever wanted to play Two Human, it's entirely free just to download. It costs nothing. Seriously, you don't need Game Pass, you don't need anything. Because they legally can't sell it.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Almost a benefit to the gamers, I guess. That was just...
Well, if you've never played Crackdown 1 or 2, those games are also entirely free. You don't have to have Game Pass or anything. Just free. If you ever wanted to play those, Kevin, and stuff, I don't know if you... Did you play the Crackdowns?
No, I don't believe I did.
I would, I don't know, download the first one. It runs at like 4K and stuff. Costs nothing.
Alright, check that out.
Yeah, legit free. It's not too bad.
I still gotta check out that Prey game I was meaning to. I thought that was hilarious. One guy even sent me the message on Xbox with like the thumbs up, you know, like
He's just like, do it. Do it. Oh, it's FPS boosted too, so... Yeah, I think you'd quite like that one. You'll probably be like, oh my god. So glad I did this. That would be interesting. You finally made it. That's good. Will I do a Dying Light 2 review? I'm not sure. You had your old copy from 2009. For which game? Oh, for Battlefield 2. Got it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. All those discs and Kevin is the Series S user.
Oh yeah, no, the irony of it, right? When I first bought the Series S, I was like, yeah, I was just gonna get the cheaper console. I don't even think the X was really available too when I was trying to order it on, so I got it. My girlfriend was all like, oh, that's awesome, you got the new console. I was like, yeah, and she's, oh, I'm gonna go play the Arkham games. Like, it doesn't have a disc. And she was so disappointed. Like, yeah, I think she wants to get the X more than me, just for the disc.
Just for the disc. Well, I go to do my Series S like videos and stuff, and I'm like, I'm clicking my COD games to play, because, you know, I just carry over my hard drives and stuff. And I'm like, oh, damn it, I own this one physically. Oh, damn it, I own this one physically. It's like, which CODs do I own digitally? It's like, what is this? It's driving me crazy. So I'm looking forward to those, because, you know, I'm kind of preparing, you know, I'm getting my videos ready for when I'll drop on Game Pass one day, and I get, like, a whole pile of views out of that stuff. So, yeah. Some of them I'll have to wait until they drop on Game Pass, but trying to get as many of them, you know, ready for that day when it comes. I'll be prepared, guys. You can get Gears 5 and 4 for $11 US. That's not bad, but those are available, you know, through Game Pass too, right? You woke up. Well, welcome to being awake. Ooh. Those ghostly sounds, guys.
Oh, you're finally awake. No, I'm joking.
Welcome.
Time reference.
Oh, I see you're awake. Oh, you finally. They need to do like a free mod for that game for Skyrim, or like a free content thing where they add like Phil Spencer in there, because I'd laugh my ass off.
That would be.
Oh.
Is that the opening line from the Dark Elf in Oblivion 2? I'm just wondering, because I know Morrowind, I'm pretty sure after the Azura prophecy, the guy beside you in the boat's like, oh, you're finally awake too.
I think it's a long-term reference. I don't know if I remember that specifically, because I know he says something about you being awake in Oblivion. I just remember him trash-talking.
Oh yeah, no, he trash-talks you, I always like that with the Oblivion game. Oblivion and Skyrim. I don't think they do it in Morrowind. But they make the comments in, like, Skyrim to... I can't remember his guy's name. The guy with the list or whatever in Skyrim. He'll make a comment depending on what species you pick. And I think, dude... Yeah, he trash talks you in Oblivion compared to what species you pick, too. Like, yeah.
I just remember that. He's just, like, trash talking you when you're in the cell, and you're like, really, buddy?
You're here, too, man. Like, no.
What a guy. I think in my video that I did initially, I went back and I was like, sucks to suck, and then I left.
Well, don't know if you've done it, but in the Dark Brotherhood quest lines, he's one of your assassin targets.
Is he really? I have not done that. I tried to do a murder mystery last time, and I was just like driving me crazy. You're not a murder mystery, a painting steel mystery.
Is that the one where you go in the painting?
No. You're in the I think it was a painting they steal, but you're in the castle, and there's the lady that's like the queen, and she's like, someone has stolen, blah blah blah, and you have to investigate and interrogate people.
Yeah, I remember that one. I don't think I've actually ever beat that one.
Yeah, you gotta like do it in a specific. I think I jumped the gun on it. I'm not sure if I can beat it now because I just accuse somebody right away, and I don't think I can get the info I need now. And I'm like, anguish.
I think you'd enjoy the Dark Brotherhood storyline. Like, I know you got little time to do random stuff in that, but I think that's the best Dark Brotherhood storyline out of all of them.
I kind of
Personally.
want to do a stream of Oblivion. I'm thinking, and I think didn't I respond, Laurie? Thanks. I'm glad you liked the thumbnail. That's good to know. Huh. Battlefield 2 MC the only Battlefield game that isn't on Game Pass. Yeah, it's the only one that's like delisted as well. Is Bad Company, or not Bad Company? Sorry, Battlefield 2, which I don't get why. I think maybe because the multiplayer servers are shut down, but it's still like, why delist it? I don't get that.
It was neat. It's not much different from, like, say, 4. I remember they had the NATO and the China ending for it. Like, you could decide in the single player which side wins the conflict, sort of thing. Yeah. That one was really neat, though, because, like, in the single player, what was it? You remember you'd be playing as someone, like, all your soldiers running around, and you'd die to one, and you'd, like, go possess another one, and you could, like, swap between troops. Yeah.
But
really
yeah,
unique.
I'd like to do that one. You don't also happen to have Peter Jackson's King Kong, do you?
No, I don't know.
That one keeps eluding me.
Yeah.
Too bad I'm not part of the Sisterhood of the Traveling King Kong game.
Oh, why? Like the few owners of it or something? Like, why that
group
title?
of achievement hunter dudes that like pass around this. They mail it to each other. This King Kong copy because it's so elusive.
Sisterhood of the Traveling King Kong.
They like get all the achievements and then they mail it to the next person in the community. It's pretty funny.
That is odd.
Not as funny as the thrills you get when you like the stream. What? Subscribing's great. Donation's cool. Consider channel membership. Alternatively, Patreon option. Streaming all the time. Too much. Too much.
Can you imagine? You're the one guy who gets mailed the disc and you end up like tripping with it or something.
Just destroying it. It's a cherished classic. Well, if you think about it, there are legitimately a finite amount of some of these games, and someday they just might not be available. Like, what is it? Silent Hill Downpour costs like $50 Canadian or something if you want to get it. I'm like, jeez. So it's like, forget that. Like, if I was getting like hundreds of thousands of views on videos, I'd be like, okay, that's no problem. But like,
yeah.
That would be a very hard return on investment. That would be very, very hard to see that out of that. Someday, Kevin. Someday. I could be like, I have you now. Bum, bum, bum.
Awesome.
Anyways, that's what people are saying. Google is deprioritizing Stadia. Yeah, they did that, like, literally the moment they dropped first party. Did no one else other than me see that coming when they dropped the first party lineup? You know, where they're like, okay, we no longer supporting game development for our platform. That's kind of like a nail in the coffin, if you know what I'm talking about. And oh my god, did you guys see the Orville Season 3 trailer? Wow. Wow.
That looks really good.
It looks incredible. We've been waiting years for this because, you know, COVID delays and everything like that, but it's literally like a trailer that opens up with this huge battle. Like, I guess story-wise, they've been jumped 400 years into the future, so they've got like a new ship that's really shiny, and it's more like a war-class ship because they're fighting the robot aliens or something like that, and it's just this huge war where it's like in space and there's like several ships getting blown up, and it's a long shot of this young teenager, one of the male kids from the show, trying to race to his little brother, and you follow him along the ship of people getting like blasted out into space, and you know, people dying because of huge explosions in the hull. It's nuts. Huge budget increase. I'm very excited for it. I quite like the Orville. It
That's
does
pretty-
Star Trek better than Star Trek does Star Trek these days.
I remember you're saying that because it's like actually based off more hopeful, if you will.
Yeah, it's a homage to Star Trek from Seth MacFarlane. And you know, for the first few episodes, it seems a little comedic, you know, and stuff. But it gets hardcore. It gets quite dark, and like this new season looks just insane.
And it's funny that you're saying it. It's got like all this combat and that. I would kind of take it like for being a comedy, you know, especially having Seth MacFarlane in it.
It kind of plays both lines, but then it gets really serious and philosophical. Like, it feels like old school Trek, which is super cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I think we've talked about it before, but there's like this weird desire to make like Trek really depressing. Yeah, and dark, and it's like, man, the original series came out of like the Cold War when it looked like the world might end. Well, people had worries of it, and here's this like story talking about, no, we worked it out, you know, mankind's actually moving forward together, and ever since then they've just been like, oh no, it's actually really bad again, you know.
Yeah, everything sucks. Everything's destroyed.
Yeah.
Everything we built is destroyed. If you guys would like to see any of that, like Star Trek Discovery, which I think is just a horrible show, they've come to a timeline, Kevin, where like Starfleet is like disbanded and destroyed. Who wants to watch that?
Right? I don't know. Even when they did their Picard series, which I kind of enjoyed. Yeah, well, like, I wanted to enjoy it because, like, Picard's neat, watch Next Generation, all that, right? But he goes on about how, like, the atrocities and, like, them leaving people behind. It's...
You've disconnected, Kevin. Kevin will be back momentarily, guys. You got back from Jackass Forever, Phil. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Laurie. I'll tell Kevin about it, but he say he will like it. Good morning indeed, people. And yes, people play this all the time. We've been fighting even matches in Battlefield 3 recently. There's quite a lot of people that play the old Battlefields. You would be surprised. And I got shot trying to find this URL. Let me see if I could pop this into the chat. BF3 stream a couple weeks back. There you go. But yeah, even Battlefield 3's got a resurgence and stuff. But Battlefield 4, you always had players in this one. I don't think it's ever like died out. Holy! Let's see where Kevin is at. Kevin, come back.
Oh, what? Oh, sorry. I just came back. Yeah, sorry.
You disconnected. You were on a big spiel thing, a big tangent, and then it was just like. Shoo.
Oh, that's my bad. Oh, I was just going on about how like it's. I think you're right, like with the whole Starfield thing of like where that game looks really cool. The weird theme that like space has to be depressing.
Yeah,
it's like no, it doesn't
have to be.
You know, yeah.
It's our next great achievement.
Just right? You think it should be actually quite a wonderful thing when we start reaching the stars and, you know, colonizing, terraforming, so on and so forth.
Like, I'd love a show where it's literally just about, like, humans exploring new places and seeing things and trying to, like, set up shop and stuff. That would be so cool. Something hopeful. Man, it's just, like, the idea that they just, like, kill Starfleet just, like, vanishes. It's like, well, I mean, it makes...
Right.
Like, they try to throw it in there and they make it make sense, but it's, like... It's just not a fun way to do things.
No, it's not. I don't know. Just randomly, when I got the new big TV, I wanted to throw on an episode, and I just threw on the original Star Trek, and it was, I think I've even talked up this episode before. It's one of my favorites, where they go back with the Captain Pike thing, and it was like the original pilot.
Oh yeah, the pilot in the first episode, yeah.
Yeah, and they ended up swapping him out for Shatner, who was Kirk, right? But they end up reusing that footage, and like Pike, I can't remember what, but he ends up like in a big accident or something like that, and he's like really burnt up, and then this machine keeping him alive, and that's the whole thing where Spock's they're trying to go to this planet that Starfleet deems, you know, you're not allowed to go anymore, and they do the whole story of how like this species they keep people in that, and they can create illusions, and a whole big long story. But yeah, the girl there is all messed up, like, you know, but you know, she gets to actually live normally, and the whole reason Spock wants to send Pike there is because Pike's all messed up, but if he goes there, he can actually live a happy life with her and that, but there's the big worry of like, oh, you're not allowed to go there with Starfleet and they might get in trouble, but in the end Kirk's like, yeah, no, it's fine if you go, and they get the call from Starfleet and they're like, oh yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be a problem, you know, like proceed as you think is best, like do what's best for Pike. You know, like it's a really happy ending in the whole thing. And it's just so funny that even their military branch is like, oh no, there's nothing fine with it, go for it. You know, like
it'd be like, it's the end of society as we know it if you make this call.
You broke the rules. Half your crew must die.
Yep. Sucks to suck.
Suck, right?
They suck the life out of stuff. It's like that for so many properties where it's like, oh, it's the end times. You know, kind of thinking about that, are there any, like, happy, easygoing MCU movies?
That's they all have some, yeah, some sort of tragedy in them. Spider-Man, the Homecoming, like it has the whole thing with the father, like the Vulture being a bad guy, but that one's pretty easygoing.
You're right, that one is pretty easygoing. There's nothing too high at stake.
Yeah,
you're right. Because I'm just like thinking about all the different ones where it's like, there's always something really bad going on. Yeah, you know what? There's like no stakes in that movie if you think about it. Like there are stakes, but there's no like, you know, Spider-Man doesn't get the job done, everybody dies or anything.
Yeah, that one's easy going. That's where I like the joke with the new Spider-Man where like, you know, everything's all messed up, no one knows who he is, he can't be with the girl he loves, he's stuck in this bad apartment, and all these people died. It was like, yes, that's some good Spider-Man.
That's the best Spider-Man. Best Spider-Man is when he has nothing and he's broken.
Yeah.
That's how I like my Spider-Man. Poor, depressed, with nothing. That is kind of funny that that's what people expect out of that character, though. I still think he's got it better than Spider-Man from Tobey Maguire's series. They kind of touch upon that, don't they, in No Way Home? Where it's like, oh, you got any best friends? Yeah, he's dead. He tried to kill me. It's really tragic.
That was awesome, almost like a joke on how dark that one is. Man, they could have almost kept that a running joke with like every time they talk about stuff like, oh yeah, no, they're all dead.
They're all dead. Uncle Ben's dead too. And I killed the wrong guy.
Yeah.
My mentor grew tentacles.
Right?
Oh, what happened there? Oh, I redeemed him. I saved him, but he still died.
But he's still That's Tobey Maguire, man. I thought it was funny. The one guy was like arguing that, well, Spider-Man didn't really kill that one guy. And I was like, no, but he did bully him out the window. You know, like...
He definitely helped.
Right? Like,
yeah, call it a bit of assisted suicide or something.
Right? That is a quotable movie, though. What was it? I think we were playing Star Wars Battlefront, and the one buddy that I haven't played with in a while, he's playing it, and he's like, kept dying and dying, and he's like, oh man, just give me a chance. And right away, I'm like, well, what about my uncle? Did you give him a chance? You know, like, yeah.
Oh, I love that one. My favorite, though, is the, I missed the part where that's my problem. Love it. Works for so many things. I use it too much, I would say. How is Battlefield Hardline? Yeah, you can always find a match that's full of deathmatch and a match that's full of conquest. I did a stream of it about 4 weeks ago. You'll send that one into the chat if you need it to. You like Musk. He's intriguing, that guy. Spider-Man fans, when they see Peter is living paycheck to paycheck, they're like, oh! Seriously, there's so many people that, like, cherish it on the Reddit subreddits, which is just funny. I mean, that is Spider-Man, but at the same time, it's like, damn, it's sad.
Right.
Did that?
Well, he must be the most relatable to all of us. No, I'm just...
Yeah, seriously. My biggest thing, if he's so relatable, how the hell did he get an apartment with no name or any down payment or any high school experience? Or... Makes no sense.
No credit whatsoever. Yeah. Is he even an American citizen still? No, it shouldn't.
And he's in New York too, right? Like that stuff's expensive. How is he
Right,
affording to
right.
go to school and work a job and pay off an apartment? Like I know it looks like a crappy apartment kind of, but like it's pretty big. And of course, you know, it's like in New York, so
Yeah.
it's, you know,
Paying for it by himself, right?
like that's
It'd
crazy.
be funny to see him like trying to get like money for the apartment and calling up like Pepper Potts, like, "Hey Pepper, I need help," and it's like, "Oh wait, you know, who are
Yeah.
you?" Like,
Like, how do you get a down payment? It's like, they could have at least made it that, like, maybe Happy remembers who he is and helps the kid out a bit or something. Because it's just, like, it's so unrealistic. Like,
I do think-
incredibly unrealistic.
right? That was the biggest plot hole of the whole thing, I thought. You know, like,
Yeah, that was a pretty weak bit. I mean, like, you know, in Toby's time, you know, he's got an apartment. He's struggling a lot, but, like, in that time, he could at least afford an apartment and work a bit and do school.
right?
Yeah. I think that's more realistic. Nowadays, though, pff, get out of here. And that's in the future, too. That inflation's probably going to be even worse.
Whereas,
You got all those displaced people from the snap that happened 5 years, you know, like a year ago or something like that. That's crazy.
well, yeah, and that's just after the blip too, where all these people all of a sudden need new housing and that. There would be a mass rush for like taking up apartments and stuff. You'd have to assume.
Oh yeah, you'd go from completely like almost empty places to like overly filled. It'd be huge. Like they don't really talk. Well, they kind of talk about it in shows and movies and stuff. But man, the whole world's like social and like economic dynamics would be so messed up. You'd have to like increase the
Right?
supply chain so fast again.
Oh, it's so fast. Like, can you imagine job
People would be
competition at that
starving.
point? 'Cause- right? Well, it was 5 years or something like that. They were saying before everyone snapped back. I think a lot of companies would have downsized, you know, projects by that point.
Oh yeah. Just
You know,
imagine
yeah.
how much longer it would take for video games to come out. Guess that's the luck of the draw. Eh? And then you just get used to playing with bots in multiplayer because there's not enough players.
That would be interesting, eh?
What a pain in the ass. Huh. Let's see. Do I own
I
COD
do
2?
think it would be funny
I
to do
don't.
that.
Oh, do you, Kevin? Do you have COD 2 on disc?
Yep, I got COD 2 on disc.
Should we just go through your collection and then, you know, if you're open to letting me borrow some things and go to Costco, you could just bring a whole... I'll just work
I
for you
could
in a
let you
week.
borrow them. I know you'll take good care of them. Like, there's no problem with that.
Oh, I take extremely good care of discs and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know when I let someone borrow my disc, my cousin, they come back with Cheeto stains and stuff on the back of the disc. How? How? Have some decency to... And my other buddy borrowing Alan Wake, hey, can I use this code for the DLC? No? What? Why would you... No?
The one code you get, like, that's funny.
It takes 2 months before he brings it back to me. Like, what the freaking hell, man? It's not that long of a game. We were in like high school too. You don't have that much to do. Ridiculous. What's the resolution? I think it's like 720p. You love how Kevin expects everyone to watch movies as soon as he has.
What is it?
Did you spoil movies? I mean, to be fair, if you haven't watched Spider-Man yet, like, I know it's, you know, it would suck to get spoilers, but like, come on, like, the movie's been out for... When did that come out? Like December? It's February now. It's open for spoilers on that one, I'm afraid.
I am sorry if I spoiled it for anybody.
Yeah. Kevin is like the king of spoilers, though.
Oh, I did that. I think the worst one was the Hank Pym one. That like, oh yeah, Hank Pym's the killer, and it was like I was just about to watch that.
Yeah,
You know.
Well, we've come up with rules. It's like, what, 2 weeks for movies, 3 weeks for games. I think that's fair. A week for shows.
I do like that. Actually, I'm finally able to make the Spider-Man jokes. There was a long time where I was actually asking Sky Captain, like, when can we joke about this stuff? You know, same with Halo. That was hard to wait for.
Yeah, we wanted to talk about that one, but I mean, we're not going to spoil Halo. It's like one of the biggest, like,
Yeah, right.
yeah. Think of how I feel. You know, I finished that game like 3 weeks before it came out, even. So I've got no one to talk to about it.
Right.
I'm just sitting there, I'm like, ugh. Might as well rent it. I would highly suggest renting it. It's at least a nostalgia trip for you. Yeah. Can you play Call of Duty Finest Hour on the Xbox? No. We have Call of Duty 2, 3, 4. All of them except for the big red one. Was Finest Hour a COD title? Wasn't that Medal of Honor Finest Hour? Am I mixing them up?
Yeah, I've never heard of the COD Finest Hour myself.
I know there was the big red one was like also on Xbox, but it's not backwards compatible.
Most of your current position have spotted enemy soldiers.
Finest Hour. That sounds like a Medal of Honor game. I might be wrong. I might be wrong on that. Well, there was Medal of Honor Frontline. There was Rising Sun. I feel like Finest Hour was. And I'm hoping when Xbox finishes the purchase, we can get COD Classic backwards compatible. That would be nice.
Did you ever play Robin Hood Defenders of the Crown?
No. But I feel
No.
like I heard of that. Is that OG Xbox or is that 3? It sounds. I think it was an OG Xbox, right?
Yeah, that's OG Xbox, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like a strategy game, really, with little mini games in that. Like if you raided a castle, it was like you could dodge and like X to heavy swing, no, high swing and A to low swing, and like you would like fight like 4 or 5 guys, and it would be whether you successfully raided the castle or not.
Sounds interesting.
It was really neat. I don't know, the tournament, the jousting tournaments were really cool in that.
So yeah, you know, there's so many games that I really wish could be brought back. Like, there's just so many out there that we'll just never get to enjoy again, or will be completely forgotten.
Yeah, that is sad.
That's why you guys should definitely support the Night Dive Studios when they do releases like Shadow Man, the Turok games. They're releasing Power Slave, I think, next week, and I'll have a video for it. Seriously, Power Slave is a great game. I can't comment on review of this new Power Slave remastered game, but like Power Slave as a game is phenomenal. So like, I think it was literally the first game, or one of the first games, where you play a level, you go to a new level, and you get an ability, and then you have to go back to another level and go to a different area in order to progress somewhere else.
Wow.
And it's like, it's a Doom-like shooter. And it's it's Egyptian-like. It's so cool.
It's an original Xbox, is it?
No. I think it was on PC, it was on the Saturn, and it was on the PlayStation 1.
Oh, okay, but still, some of those old games are really cool in details, right?
It is phenomenal. It is such a cool game. It's so cool.
Just on the whole thing, it's not based off the movies. Can't make that, stress that enough. But there's a Pirates of the Caribbean game I have for the original Xbox, and it's probably got to be my favorite pirate game ever. And it's like, it's connected to the Pirates of the Caribbean universe. Like, you don't see, like, Jack Sparrow or anything, but the end fight, you get this, like, super huge, like, mega ship that you end up fighting the Black Pearl with. And that's, like, your last boss fight to end it. But the game is just amazing. Like, it has, I believe, the British, French, Dutch, and Spanish. And, like, you can have allegiances to some, and it would cause problems with other ones if, like, you raid their ships, and you could smuggle, but if you smuggled from, like, British supplies into, like, Dutch supplies, and the Dutch caught you, that would hurt your relationship with them. You could take over different ships and, like, make other guys the captain of it and increase your fleet and stuff like that. If you didn't pay, the treasury, into the treasury, and, like, I guess, I don't know, the paychecks of the crew, they would mutiny on you and you would just die. Like, just an awesome game, dude.
Now I'm surprised, considering Disney should have like the rights to all of those games, that stuff is so backwards compatible. Hello there.
I'd love to see that game again, man.
Let's see some comments here that we have been missing. Let's see. Peter still did not work for the Bugle. I don't think he... That one's going to be a bit awkward because the Bugle is a lot different in its portrayal in... unless Spider-Man's going to be like somebody that does video shoots, right? Like, it's not quite the same.
I think they're kind of... Like, Jay Jameson in the newer movies, he's almost like a joke on, like, your kind of out there podcaster, if you will, or something like that, you know?
Yeah, he's like the Fox News type thing, kind of CNN stuff. I could see them doing Scientist Peter so that he meets up with his version of the Lizard or Doc Ock, or they might go with the, because I think they were talking about MIT and stuff. So maybe MJ will end up as the scientist in this relationship, and then Peter will do. I don't know what he'll do. What did they say what he was looking at doing in that movie?
Not that I can remember. He's kind of doomed on all of that, though, no?
It's going to take him longer, but he's not doomed on it, right? But I'm just like, if anything, since he doesn't have any family or anything, he might actually apply for grants and get into schools easier. Think about it like that. I quite like Peter when he does, like, you know, obviously the classic, him working for the Bugle's cool, but I think it's really cool when he does the whole scientist thing. You know, works for, like, Doc Ock, starts his own company, you know, stuff like that I think is always neat because you actually get to see how smart Parker is as a character.
Yeah, Parker's supposed to be very smart, you know, right? Like,
yeah, him and Doctor Strange are supposed to be geniuses, but when you look at the, you know, you look at No Way Home, it's like, oh, Jesus. It's just like when you look at the stream and you see that there's not enough likes on it. You'll be like, hey, yo, like the stream.
Got him.
Yeah, subscribing's great. Donation's cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Alternatively, the Patreon option. Streaming all the time. Lots of fun. And getting the Steam Deck. I have a pre-order down on the top level Steam Deck, so I think I'm going to get that to do coverage on, so stay tuned. Hopefully it is something that is of value to me to cover. I'm hoping. Do you know what the Steam Deck is, Kevin?
You talked about it the one time. I've kind of forgotten since then.
It's basically like the Switch, but it plays your Steam library.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Well, I'm thinking like videos being like, hey, here's how X game runs on the Steam Deck, or here are the settings you should use to have this game running on the Steam Deck, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think those videos might do well. I think. I don't know. Let's see. You didn't mean it in any seriousness. Oh, okay, gotcha. What do I think about the Halo TV show coming to Paramount Plus? I am intrigued. I'm thinking I'll probably do weekly review videos for it. I don't know if I'm excited for it, but I am willing to give it a shot. I don't know, I was part of the panel, I still haven't done my write-up on it, but I was part of a panel that got to, like, hear about the show, and it sounds interesting, because they're basically like, oh, well, I think it's called the Silver Canon, so it's not canon to the Halo game, so it's its own thing entirely. So that gives them some freedom, but at the same time, some of the choices they made with the freedom in that regard are kind of like, I don't know, so we will, we'll see what happens, right?
I've heard of obviously rumors, but I've heard of some rumors that are like that's weird or it doesn't make sense.
Well, some of it seems a bit odd, but I haven't, really watched any of it. I'm hoping I get to do some screener stuff for it. It would be cool, but stay tuned for that, guys. We might do some kind of like cooperative reviews, have some people come in and chat about it, something like that. I'm thinking this is a good chance to kind of like pick a show and be like, oh, we could do like a week-to-week kind of chat about it. So stay tuned for that. But again, I don't know how review distribution is going to go. I don't know how what's going to happen with that or how I'll access it, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's a little bit weird when it's like, you know, because Paramount Plus isn't something I typically work on, ever, because I've never worked on anything for Paramount Plus, so... But I did get access to the panel, Kevin, and I haven't had access to any other panels like that for any other show before, so...
Which is super cool, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I didn't really get any cool answers or any info that was helpful from it, but it was a cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which reminded me, do you want to join in on our Fighters Chat roster thing?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking we could swap you in, because Mitchell's the holdback on that one. So we can maybe get Joel to come in and then have you and then me. So what the idea is we want to do a Smash Bros, but for Xbox characters. And it's like a draft.
Okay.
So every round you try to draft your roster. And we're trying to create like a realistic listing, but it's basically, you know, draft your own custom Xbox Fighters roster team. And I've got about 100 first-party Xbox characters now. You know, because the Activision purchase, I went back and I kind of added, you know, the new IP and stuff, right? And then 20-something third-party. So I'm gonna have to redo, because I had it, you know, I had it perfectly spaced out, numbered and everything based on Xbox, you know, owning Bethesda characters and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, I got this. But now there's like, you know, 30 new characters because of that purchase, and I have to go and redo the map on it, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had it set up where it's like, okay, round 1, you get 1 first-party character and 1 third-party character. Round 2, you take 2 first-party and then 1 of that. Yeah. And I had it timed and everything. It sucks, but yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. There's a lot of characters. That would actually be really fun. Like, I'm thinking of all the different characters. Like, just with Activision Blizzard, like, kind of a neat realization that's obvious, but Kerrigan, Queen of Blades and Queen of the Zerg, like, she's an Xbox, well, a Microsoft character now. Like, she's super powerful. Like,
I didn't think of that one. I got the generic guy on the cover, though. I can't remember his name.
Jim Raynor, I believe.
Yeah, that guy. I'll send the list to you. You can take a look at it and see if I'm missing anybody. I had to ask my pal Mitchell there about the Warcraft characters. So he suggested I add Thrall and Farron something, a lady?
Sylvanas? The Undead Queen? Or
Somebody.
no?
He's like, she's like the main character of all of Warcraft. And I was like, I've never even heard of this lady.
I'm trying to think of that.
Her name is Jaina Proudmoore, sorry.
The name rings a bell. I don't actually know much about her, though.
I guess she's a big character in Warcraft. I trust him, you know, because him and his father, they've been playing that since, like... let's see, he knows his stuff. So, I don't know.
No, it's uber cool, yeah.
But that was the idea, is it's just this huge Fighters roster, and I thought it would be just a fun video to kind of be like, what's the dream Xbox Fighters roster, and make a video out of it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's been lagging, because, you know, it's hard to, it's so hard to coordinate. Honestly. It's so difficult. Yeah. It's a miracle we get Kevin so good, you guys. Other people, it's hard. Like, well, too, we get her like, what, 30 months or something. But she is going to be working on, we've been talking about this, the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. So we did confirm today she's getting the starter pack, and I think they're sending her some miniatures, so we're going to do a video review of that. You ever hear that one, Kevin? The Call to Arms thing? I think he cut out. Anyways, we'll just talk about it. It's like, I think it's kind of Warhammer-esque. Like, you go and do dungeons, but it's also like PvP stuff, too. And it's Modius that does it, I believe. And, yeah, we're going to do a video review, and she's going to be handling that, so it should be fun. She's a big Elder Scrolls fan.
Oh, that's cool. She's done all your Elder Scrolls Online stuff, too, right? Like,
yep.
That's very cool.
And we're going to be doing a Series S Elder Scrolls Online review, as well as a 22 review of Elder Scrolls Online. You know, of course, we're gonna space this stuff all out, but other things we're working on over time. And I think she'll also help with the Calgary Expo again this year, but I'm not sure, so let's test her. She's very helpful.
Oh, I know she's done lots with you.
Yeah, I gotta say, she's, my pal Mitchell's their best gal I've ever seen him compile or bring to the stage. She's so useful. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still looking forward to that skooma content you guys are gonna do.
I hope so. I gotta email them again about it, because I still haven't heard back. It's like, ugh. See,
I still think it's hilarious.
I think it'll be hilarious, but I hate hyping stuff up and then, like, maybe some things, like, not everything always goes to plan. Like, you can have a company say, just like Alan Wake, where it's like, oh, you want a code, and then they just don't send a code. Like, sometimes things fall out, but, like, I tend not to hype things up that I'm not, you know, usually confident when things, you know, of things happening. So it's kind of just, like, almost annoying that this isn't perfectly coming to fruition yet, because it's behind schedule and when I planned it, and I don't know. I'm hoping everything turns out, because we, you know, I did spend time to get this going with cat ears, and, yeah.
I think it would be cool if it happens. Let's go with that, then.
There you go, yeah. Because I've been hyping it up, but it's like, if it doesn't happen, it's kind of like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
If not, we'll repurpose the cat ears for the Call to Arms review, too.
Yeah.
The cat ears will come. You haven't watched the one with Mysterio yet? Come on, man, you gotta catch up. And he says he loves you, Kevin. Lucas does. Love you, bro.
Aw,
there you go.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, throwing people through wood chippers was awesome. What game was that we were missing? Are you talking about that, Kevin? What was the game where you...
Clippers?
Yeah, where you throw somebody through the clippers. Oh, we missed a lot of comments. The chippers. Oh, the Punisher game. Okay, got it.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes when I see the comments, they're all like... The ordering of them is really weird in context to what we're doing. And I go off on a big tangent, and then I like forget what we're chatting about, and people in the chat are just like, whoa.
What?
Hello there. NFL Street or NBA Jam or Def Jam? Now, there was talks about Def Jam coming back. But I haven't seen anything about that since. So I'm hoping at some point Def Jam comes back, because I actually did enjoy one that was on the 360. I played with my cousin a lot. It's pretty cool, because you beat people, and there's like music and beats kind of going on, and it's quite a neat game.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's quite fascinating. But NFL Street and NBA Street, I don't think those ones will come back. I did actually quite enjoy it. What is it, Volume 2? NBA Street was really good on the list, so I played that one. Great game. 50 Cent Blood on the Sand, yeah, that one's hard as hell to find. I don't suppose you have the 50 Cent games, Kevin.
I've heard of them. Actually, I think I heard of them from you, which, no, I don't have them, but that sounds hilarious, dude.
They're like $50 a pop. Some of them $100 a pop online.
Isn't it like 50 Cent going to the Middle East or something like that?
Yeah, it says 50 Cent goes and handles the Middle East. It's just hilarious, the concept of it. I guess I should have bought it back in the day. I could have had something that was a gem of value. But you never think of that. Like, you know, for like Silent Hill Downpour, I could have bought that at EB for like $4 probably. They were like giving it away at one point.
Right? Oh, the foresight of that, though, to like, I'm going to pick up this game because one day you'll never be able to see it again. You know, like, what?
Well, first of all, we never knew they didn't say we were doing any backwards compatibility, right? So it was like, okay, I don't need my discs or anything. And it's like, I never thought I'd be doing videos, secondly, where I'm like going back and playing stuff. Like, that never crossed my mind. I never thought I would do that. But now I'm like, trying to get my hands on these freaking games, and it's hard. Pause the Hank Pym episode to watch the stream that day. Ooh.
Oh, that's funny. That was just hilarious. It was going...
Kevin. Oh look, the stream's on. I can always come back to this episode. Nothing's gonna get spoiled in it. They don't call Kevin the king of spoilers for nothing. Anyways, let's see. Have you both done the challenges to unlock the Desert Eagle? I have not. I only use this 8 game. That's it. Did you, Kevin?
Oh, sorry, what?
Unlock the Deagle in this?
I probably have. I never really use my pistol in that. I'll swap to the AK if I'm like the Russians, or I'll do like the M4 if I'm the Americans. That's about the extent of my customizing in this.
There you go, guys. Kevin Captain dropped a like. Nice to see. He's a web designer for the Bugle? Who's a web designer for the Bugle? What did we miss about this?
Oh, like what Spider-Man could do or something like that?
That would be funny. Cool, the Steam Deck is going to be awesome. I hope it's going to be awesome, and I hope it's going to give me a lot of views, otherwise it's an expensive ass waste of money. We'll have to see. Yeah. Although for me, the big selling point was the idea, hey, it's summer, we've got a nice chair, I sit out in the backyard and I play a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of the big thing that I was like, oh, this would be awesome. But now it's more like views and stuff, right?
Objective Charlie 1.
Yeah, I want to bring back the hot tub joke. That was.
I'm looking at doing the fire pit stream this year. I'm thinking it might be possible.
Oh, you are? Nice.
Because I've got enough data that I don't even need to actually use my Wi-Fi. Who gives a damn? I've got enough 5G. I've got so much, and I've even got like a pool of 5G that I can take from, I guess.
Yeah.
So I got so much 5G that it's 4K 60 streaming of the fire pit. And it's like, I've seen a lot of videos of fire pits on YouTube, so I think it's cool. I don't think there'll be a monetization problem, or a danger problem. As long as I'm not acting like an idiot. And, I think I could get an extension cord that goes to the backyard so I can plug in my phone. I guess the only issue would be, like, overheating of the phone, but if it's cold out, right, like at night, I don't think I would have an overheating of the phone at all. I mean, I've never had an iPhone overheat before, but I've had them get pretty warm. So I think I could actually do that.
Kind of what I picture in my head, like on a nice, decent summer night sort of thing, sitting around the fire.
Yeah.
You have to pull though, which sky cap to start with first, the marshmallow or the hot dog, you know, like
You
over
decide.
the fire.
It's like Bear Grylls Netflix decisions. Is it gonna be the hot dog or the marshmallow? Dun 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 dun. The hot dog would be pretty tasty. It's not as good as the Costco hot dog, but it'd be pretty good. We also have the marshmallow, and we do have the technology to make s'mores. Huh.
I just imagine it being all cheesy, like you're cooking the hot dog over the fire, like yes, that's turning out nicely. Yeah.
Good. That's good.
Good, yeah.
Now, I do wonder, though, in that situation, the concept of having a drink with the fire pit. That might be a no. That might be an issue, though. 'Cause you don't want to look irresponsible around fire.
Could you just lie and say you're drinking good old soda?
I could definitely just be pop.
Right.
It's like a lot of people don't ever think about these logistics of it, but there's a lot behind this stuff. Oh, which is tiring to deal with. Back in the day, you just throw on a stream and be like, haha, and then, It would be fun. We could do like a fun game where, we could do like donations or something, write people's names and go to the fire or something. That'd be entertaining. I'm burning blah 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 alive. I'm just gonna laugh out of it. Let's see, the Steam Deck is better than the Switch. We'll see. We'll see. Do you play Spider-Man on PlayStation? Peter is a scientist. I think that question is worded weirdly, but yes, I've played Spider-Man on PS5, and he is a scientist in that one. Him and Doc Ock working together, it's pretty cool, actually.
Well, he should be, isn't he like old man, or sorry, like mid-20s man in that Spider-Man game?
I really don't know anymore because they changed his character model to make him look like a child. So it's hard. Like in the other ones, I would say he's about maybe 30. Like again, I don't know his exact age. I don't think they tell you in the game unless I've forgotten. But like he looked like he would be young 30s, late 20s. But the new character model, he looks like he's in like his early 20s, like extremely early 20s. And like I said, like it's they completely changed the character model for the PS5 remaster, so it's like not even the same character.
Isn't that interesting?
It's very weird.
I don't want to do that.
But let's be real here. They changed him so he looks exactly like Hollow. That's why they did that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah, he's not exactly the same, but it's basically Hollow.
Well, it's kind of. Well, it's one thing that like they never really do Spider-Man College up too much. Like Tobey
Never.
Maguire, I guess like the third one, you know, he was done with all that. Like I guess in the second one, he's like in college.
I think he's even in, isn't he even in college? The third one he's in college because Gwen's a girl from his class.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's in college. Yeah, so like Toby, I think went into it the most, but that's where like Tom Holland. I kind of almost hope they do another 2-3 movies with him. You know, they could actually get some like
Or
adult
they could
Spider.
just dump him and they could bring Toby back.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the option, isn't it? Nice.
It's a choice now. Or is everyone online all of a sudden? Let's do the Amazing Spider-Man 3. You guys hated that movie back in the day, I swear. And don't pull one of those, oh, it was just you guys, or the vocal minority that did. Everyone hated that movie.
Yeah, right.
It's so weird how those thoughts have changed. Anyways. Looked it up. Comic character? Let's see these other things. Have you played Life for Dead? I have not played that. You were playing this on your budget laptop with Ultimate Game Pass. It's very nice. I'm glad you're enjoying that. On Guard at Netflix. What is On Guard at Netflix? What is Kevin's least favorite COD?
Least favorite COD?
Let you ponder
Might
that.
be Infinite or Cold War.
There you go. You've been playing Mass Effect since it got into the Game Pass. And you've done well. What do I think about the ending? It's like, I was really mad when I was in high school and I finished the ending. Like, I finished the game over a weekend. Like, I did the whole thing because I was so into it. And I was ultimately very, very disappointed because I felt like none of my choices mattered at all. I think at this point it's kind of like, it is what it is. They did do that extra extended ending that I think improves things quite a bit, but like, and that would just be the version you played right now, because back then that version didn't exist. But it's like, I think the biggest issue for Mass Effect is that everything that you chose doesn't really matter at all by the end of it, and I think that still kind of stings. But I think overall, I think the Mass Effect games were phenomenal. They're great games, and I think you can look past the ending a little bit and still think that it's still generally a great experience. Yeah. There you go. Did you finish them, Kevin, the Mass Effects? Yeah? I think you said yes.
Yeah, I've done 1 and 2, yeah.
Oh, you never finished the third one, though?
No.
Well, you have no idea then, I guess, on that part, but... yeah, you've just played the really great ones. Anyways. Skooma, yeah, Skooma. Maybe Fit Friend play Mass Effect. He loves the storylines. They're great, great games. What kind of TV do I have? It's the Samsung Q70T. There's a review of it on the channel. Argonian Ale better than Skooma. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think Argonian Ale is real, is it? But you know what is real? Your likes on the
So
stream.
like some.
Subscribing's great. Donation's cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Alternatively, Patreon options. Stream all the time. Lots of fun. Quick hello before you're off to the office. So, good luck, Bari. I hope your office thing goes well. Salutations. Have I played Xbox Game Pass on my phone before? Yes, I've got videos of it running on Android and iOS. And on iOS before it was on the desktop, when it was an actual app on the phone. I was part of the testers for the iOS, and I was allowed to do video of that, so I actually have that on the channel. It was really good. Yeah. Let's get... Nope, not noob tube in my feet. Let's revive this guy. Jesus. To my toes. Infinite or Cold War slaughter stun. Boosts available. Get your XP. I don't need any XP though. I mean, I can turn it on, but it's like, who cares? 100% XP for how long does this last? An hour? Oh, I guess we do have about that much time left. Okay, that's fine. Let's keep looking.
You know what's funny though? I wanted to like Cold War, but man, it might just be that I suck at that game or that game sucks. I can't figure that one out. No. Right?
Objective Bravo has
the worst COD in the whole series.
Right? It was bad.
It's not you that's bad. It's the game that's bad. Anyways, make Kevin play Andromeda. Did you play Andromeda, Kevin?
No.
Yeah. That
Actually,
one's-
wait. No, I haven't. No.
That one sucks the life out of you. It's a shame because I actually like the characters in it, but man, that game sucks. Wait, what was her name? PB or something? Yeah, she was pretty fun. From what I remember, but it's been a while. But yeah, like, even the concepts of that game where you do a little bit of base building is kind of cool, but damn, that thing had some problems. Yeah, that's a bit of an understatement. That game was a mess. I think I still gave it like a 7 or a 6 though.
Objective Charlie.
Which is fair.
East of your current position.
It's not like it was unplayable, right? How is Spider-Man with Miles? Are you talking about Miles Morales the game? That's where Spider-Man goes out on vacation. Well, he's not on vacation, but he's on a work thing with MJ, and then Miles just takes over the city for a few weeks, and everything goes bad. Yeah. And I think we are caught up. Which brings us to the big question of the night, Kevin. The thing that we were talking about prior. What if Xbox did sell? Or what if Microsoft did sell off Xbox?
Yeah, that was a fun little thing we were discussing there.
Yeah. So, if you guys didn't know, back when the Xbox One launched, there were serious conversations about the Xbox brand being sold off by Microsoft. And we were figuring, or at least I was kind of figuring for some of these companies, it would be like, you know, Apple would be likely the company that would have bought them, right? And how cool that would have been. Or Amazon. And so what do you think, Kevin, of the Apple Xbox?
The Apple, that would have been a crazy change of pace. And like Apple, still obviously powerhouse company. I just think that would have been interesting. That you know, probably would have been able to turn on your Xbox from your like iPhone watch or Apple Watch or whatever. Like your phone would probably be like directly linked to your account and all that. You know.
Yeah, the interconnectivity, your AirPods would connect, the Beats would connect instantly, and you use those. You probably have like
Kind of like
App Store integrated.
Right. Well, I kind of liked how we were joking too, though, that if Apple did buy it, like those like what 7-8 years ago now, like they probably would have been making power moves this whole time too, for like how aggressive a company it is, you know.
Like, if you think Xbox is not, or is too friendly or not friendly enough, Apple would have been, like, cutthroat. I bet they would have bought a whole bunch of publishers and made everything exclusive, like, right away and just, like, paid the extra fees and everything, too, to make that happen. And I doubt you would be able to find Minecraft on anything but the Apple consoles and stuff. Because Apple doesn't play nice. No siree.
If you did like a made up what if in the gaming world series, you know.
A what if?
Like
Well, that would have been a perfect talk for like a podcast, having like a whole podcast around the concept of that as like a video. What about the Apple Xbox? And I bet it would have sold a lot because it'd probably be like a really fancy, you know, Apple-esque sort of thing. I'm just like, again, like, we had such a fascinating conversation about that before we started streaming, and I was like, that is just really neat.
Yeah. Well, and like, look how everyone is with the iPhone. Like, Apple does a really good... Apple is iPhone, right? I'm not going out of here.
No, they definitely are not these days. Like, their brand awareness and their brand value is insane.
Right? But yeah, that's it, right? Like, they probably would have put so much into that.
Yeah, that would have been so neat. Like, I really wonder what the battles would have been like, console wars-wise. Because, you know, in the States, I think the actual number we found was 87% of teenagers in the States have an iPhone. Which is insane. Would people that bought a PlayStation that are like youths instead want an Apple Xbox? Because it pairs them with their phone and stuff? Like, that would have been just fascinating. And what about an Amazon Xbox? Like, let's say Amazon bought it. Would we be, like, ordering, like, products right off our console? Like, you get, like, a Prime membership? You get, like, you know...
Just seeing the different ways that would be linked if Microsoft actually followed through, you know? With that.
Like, the concept, it's just, like, really neat, like, what-if scenarios, just being, like, where would things have played out? How would have things played out? Like, I really do think Apple would have been just freaking ruthless. We also talked about Google potentially buying them, too. If Google buying the Xbox.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they probably would have just shut down the Xbox after a while.
Right.
Yeah, because they give up on things pretty easily, but it's like, damn. Microsoft selling out to Apple. Well, Microsoft, again, it's not Microsoft selling out to Apple. It's the Xbox being sold off, right?
Yeah.
That's
I don't think it's big knowledge or whatever, but like I was quite fascinated when you told me. There's that little bit there where Microsoft was saying they weren't sure if they were interested in the Xbox anymore and all that, right? Like,
yeah, that was the thing, was it was losing money, and they were kind of like, well, is this going to be something that's viable? And then Phil Spencer, I think the CEO at that time, and he's like, well, you know, I don't want to be the CEO or whatever of a failing, you know, company or failing, you know, part of the company. Either you guys actually put money behind it, or it's like, what's the point? Sell it, right? So, like, there were actual chats about it. So it's just kind of like the what ifs of it. And it wouldn't be Microsoft selling out to Apple. The companies are like neck and neck for like their market value, you know, trillions.
you're talking about one product, right? It probably wouldn't have nothing to do with their PC gaming or anything either, right? Like,
you know what would be funny is actually technically market-wise, Apple would go lower and Microsoft would go higher because of the sell-off and stuff. Because the idea is, it's like, who has enough money to buy the Xbox brand? Because, you know, it's probably going to be in the billions, I would imagine, that they would sell it for, right?
yeah.
So, like, what companies have the money that could pick it up that are interested in gaming? Amazon, Apple, or Google would be the most logical choices to me, right? And I'm just like, the idea is, it's just really funny that, like, Apple would not be playing around.
Yeah.
Like, if you think that Xbox is trying to, like, take Sony out, like, Apple would be gunning to take Sony out. Yeah.
I think that would be a series, though. The Sky Captain What Ifs. You could dress up like the Watcher, give some speech about how you must not interfere. No.
I won't interfere, but I can't because, frankly, I don't give a damn. Who's got the time? Anyways. Here it is.
That would have been funny to hear the Watcher go off about that. You know, like, I could interfere, but I cannot and just do not care.
I've got much better things to do, like watch my soap opera of these adventures in a zombie universe. You think Nintendo would be a better fit under the Apple brand? Huh. I don't know. Maybe. I could see that. I don't think it would happen due to, like, regulations and stuff, but... Then again, Microsoft did try to buy Nintendo back in the day, right? So... that's a very neat idea. Because again, it's just like a what-if scenario, but, like, you know, it's a legitimate thing where they were kind of like, it's losing money. Should we get rid of it and stuff? Let's see... Have I played Rock Band 4? Guitar Hero? I've done Rock Band 4. There's a video of it up on the channel. I'm not max level. You're right, I'm not max level in this game. I don't think I ever will be. But... Well, at this pace, you know, if they never give us a new Battlefield we can move on to, who knows, right? But you're right, I should get all the XP I should. Battlefield 3 or 4 remastered? I say very unlikely. It's almost definitely not going to happen. It would be cool, but again, yeah, I don't see that. I totally agree about the Mass Effect, thank you. Something about Jackass. Oh yeah, because Laurie a while back, I don't know if Kevin heard that, but says you would enjoy the new Jackass movie, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, I enjoy the other movies.
Yeah. Would Kevin rather play Cold War or Ghost Recon Breakaway? looks like Kevin is ghosting you guys on that answer, so that's not good. Just saw this coming. Crazy to think that with the Activision Blizzard, it puts Microsoft Xbox on par with Windows revenue? Does it? I'd have to take a look at that, because I feel like that would not quite be accurate. Windows revenue, like from just like Windows OS, or is that like the entire Windows like branch? Because the Windows branch encompasses a few different like parts of the. Actually, funny story. Xbox used to be included under the Windows department, so they got budgeting from Windows because they were a part of it. But now they're their own area at Microsoft, which is interesting. Because they have different like sub-projects that fit under other branches, and they get managed by the higher-ups, and that's how like the budget distribution and stuff works for different areas and that. But I'd have to look into the revenue differences between the Windows side of things. Azure is where all like the big money is. Yeah, the ghost. We'll just call it Kevin ghosting us whenever he vanishes. Yeah, Battlefield 1 multiplayer is pretty cool.
That's funny. Sorry, I disappeared there. I was just saying that, yeah, I think I'd enjoy the movie.
And you know what I'd really enjoy, Kevin?
What?
Likes on the stream.
No, it's
He did it. I can't believe he did it. Subscribing would be great. Donations would be cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Alternatively, the Patreon option. Stream it all the time. Lots of fun. So good. Too good, some would say. Yeah, but I am so curious about like doing the streaming off the phone and stuff. Like I was also thinking maybe doing like a walk in one of our parks or something and trying it out. Because I don't know how you like see comments on there. I don't know how you manage stuff on there. It's just like it's a very different kind of streaming. Now, also, if you're one of those Apple bros, Kevin, do you think you'd have to buy an Apple coffee?
That's what that's what I'm thinking. Like the way that goes, you know how everyone was really all crazy about having to get like the iPhone and that. If that would be the same thing with the console, like you would literally get like a gal that wouldn't go on a date with you because you didn't have the Apple console.
You've got a PlayStation? What?
Could you imagine that world? Like that'd be really funny, man.
Because again, that's going back to the context, guys, that there is a certain level in dating where it's like, oh, you're thought of as being a little higher class if you have an iPhone and you have the blue bubbles instead of the green bubbles. And I am also one of those people.
Are you one of those people that's I guess you can confirm it there,
I mean, I've said that before in other streams. I do think about that kind of thing.
I just think that's hilarious, dude. I can't see being single myself and really connecting with this girl. Like, we got a lot of the same views. She's really good to me. I'm good
Do
to
you have
her,
a lot of the
but...
same views if she doesn't also have the blue balls?
Oh, well, no, that's it, right? Like, I just... that could be the point. That's the breaking point.
Now, you joke about it, but our phones are such a personal showcase of who we are as people these days. And I know you're not as, like, quite into the phones as, say, myself or something, but, like, I wake up with my phone beside me. I go to bed with my phone beside me. It's literally in my pocket or, like, within arm's reach all day. I think it does say a little bit about you, what kind of phone you have.
I guess I kind of question myself because I'm hand-me-down extraordinaire.
Yeah, but you're one of those people that just doesn't care. But most people have phones, right?
Yeah.
You guys all have phones, right?
Right on.
We all know about that joke. They're adding Warcraft is coming to mobile, eh?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like a strategy version, or like WoW, or what?
I have no idea. It's probably gonna be something something that prints cash in China or something. I don't know.
Just like picturing like Hearthstone or something, Like...
Would you be sad if StarCraft is coming back, but it's only on mobile and it's like a pay-to-win little thing?
Oh, wouldn't that be sad, man?
Ugh. It's almost as sad as waiting years for Diablo 4 and then them announcing Diablo Immortal. Just imagine, though, this scenario. You pay hundreds of dollars for this ticket to go to BlizzCon to hear about Diablo 4. Or to hear about the next Diablo project. And it's a mobile game. And then they're like, you guys have phones, right?
Right. I just think it's crazy. Like, phone games to me are like cheesy. You're at an appointment and need to like pass the time or something, you know, like I don't know.
Man, they're huge though, right?
Oh, they are. Well, that's where like I can't remember. I think you were there actually when we were joking about COD Mobile, and I had like 2-3 guys in the party like, yeah, it's actually not a bad game. It's like, really? Like,
it is. It's like I said, it's like the best of COD. It's like all the good maps from Black Ops and like COD 4, basically. It's hard not to be a good game when you literally just take all of the best of the series, right? Like, how do you mess that up? Just like when the Master Chief Collection launched, it's like, how do you mess that up? Anyways. Let's see, Raw 2 or Vegas 2? Oh, easily Vegas 2. What do you think, Kevin?
like for Rainbow Six games?
Which is better, you know, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2 or...
Vegas 2. I'd have to go with Vegas 2.
Yeah, I don't even think that's a comparison. Like, you know, Gra is great and all, but man, that Vegas is just... That was peak Rainbow.
Yeah. That was peak Rainbow. I did like those Advanced Warfighter.
Yeah, I played a bit of one for a future video you haven't seen yet, guys. That's actually been sitting there for like a couple of months uploaded, waiting for its date.
Mitchell running around Mexico, sorry?
What?
The first one? The Ghost Recon Advanced? Isn't that when you're Scott Mitchell running around in Mexico, or am I getting that one mixed up?
I don't know. When I was doing the video, you were just like this guy learning to command a squad in the middle of a desert or something, and there was this huge issue going on.
I think it's that one, yeah.
I don't know. I just did the tutorial thing, and I was like, I'm not playing any more of this. But you guys will see the video someday. Which iPhone model do I have? I have the iPhone 13 Pro. I'm an Apple elitist, technically.
Apple elitist. They're everywhere, people. They're in your wall.
This is technically the top of the line model, Kevin. It wasn't cheap, and it freaking scratched around where my camera is, and I'm pissed.
I remember you were so excited for it. You're like referencing the commercials and everything. You're like, I can film movies, you know, professionally almost, you know.
The video is amazing, and I hope you guys can attest to that. Those that have like watched the reviews and stuff, where it's like me in them and stuff, and you know, it's a shot on the iPhone because they are like the quality is gorgeous. Like it takes great video. I'm very happy with the video. Yeah, no, it's pretty, Kevin. Like it looks great.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I got all these lenses to use. Like it is a great upgrade for my work. Like I love it. So yeah, it's definitely just awesome. I was a little hesitant the first 24 hours because the shape of it, but after that I was like, oh no, this is perfect.
Yeah, it grew on you, right? Like...
Yeah, it didn't take long. I was like, oh, maybe I just need a little bit of time with it, because I was actually looking up like returning it because I was like, oh, I don't know like about the shape of this, and then as soon as I got going with it, I'm like, oh no, this is perfect. Apple knows what they're doing. So I'm quite happy with it. As odd as it sounds, I'm actually thinking of upgrading again this year or next year and bumping up even more. But I think at that point I would probably get on like a plan where you pay monthly or something instead of just... I don't know, it's weird because usually I hold on to my phone for quite a few years, but I want to keep up with like video recording tech and improvements and photography stuff, so... And that's like literally why you would get new phones nowadays, is because that's the only part that actually really improves. Fancy, thank you. This cost a lot of money, so I hope it's somewhat fancy. Apple releases an Ouya console. They have rumors about Apple doing a console. Like, there have been rumors about Apple doing a console for years and years. That's why I was saying they'd be the logical choice for someone that would have picked up the Xbox. Because seriously, like, there have been rumors about Apple looking at, you know, a console for, like, well, 2 decades now, I think, or something like that. But it's really hard to get started in, so it's a lot easier if you're able to, you know, buy your way in, right? Yeah, you finished a hot shower. You were crying for 15 minutes, Laurie. Oof, that's rough. You don't have to, Laurie. We're always here. You looked at Power Slave. Wow, does it look cool? It is! That game is awesome. I'm not kidding. Like, I'll have the video review for it as soon as I'm allowed. Like, I've filmed it already. That game kicks ass. Like, I hope I'm hyping it up properly, but seriously, the game is just really, really good shooter. Power Slave.
You know, for the lines across the screen, it seems to be worse on different maps. Like, this map is really rough.
It might have to do with the quantity of players in one vicinity, because, you know, it's kind of double bad on the stress of doing that, because essentially, when you're doing multiplayer, that doubles the effort, right? Because you're using more internet when you're in a multiplayer game than when you're in a single player game. So the game has to connect you to other players and the servers, blah blah blah. So it has to do that on top of streaming the game to you. So it's like, I could see why. And then, you know, you see on a map like this where we're in like a lot more of a concentrated area, right? Like everybody's in this really central middle spot. I can see that's why it would be more demanding.
Okay. It is. It's kind of different. So this wouldn't necessarily be a good idea with someone like a limited data plan then, though?
Oh yeah, that would kill your data plan.
That's funny. Okay.
I mean, it's not too bad, right? Like, it's... like, considering what you're doing with it, it's not too bad. I don't know, and I think the future is kind of... hopefully going back to unlimited data. I can't believe they charge extra for it. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, that's...
you know, it's an artificial thing. There's no limit to data. It's unlimited, like...
Thank you. Sorry, you're saying everything I've always told people that, like, yeah, there's no, like, oh, hey, everyone's going to use less data today, you know, like, the data stores are short. You know, and it came out of nowhere. I was actually quite surprised because I still have that grandfather plan where, like, I just have unlimited anyways.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, and, like, yeah, to hear from Riley and that, like, oh, yeah, I'm paying for data. And it was like, for your phone? It was no, for my house. And it was like, really? And then everyone's like, yeah, I pay for data. Like, I think everyone's... I'm sorry?
Who's he with?
Oh, I'd have to ask him. I'm not too sure.
Because if he's with TELUS, you can pay an extra $15 or something and you get unlimited.
I think he does. I think he is TELUS and he does that. But, like, he was talking about how he had to add that to his plan. And
what a joke, just right?
Oh, total joke. I couldn't believe that everyone, as soon as they suggested that, didn't, like, you know, what would be the right word? I don't know. Freak out. Like, how did no one complain about?
They introduced that, and then the Canadian Ogliopoly was like, "Ooh, goddamn America ruining everything for us."
I think it kind of shows that we're kind of pushovers, though. Like, we should have complained. We should have. The minute it happened. Sorry.
People aren't smart enough to understand what that is. They don't even use enough data to care. We just get screwed over because of it. But you can make sure that we don't get screwed over by liking the stream, subscribing's great, donations cool. Consider becoming channel member. Alternatively, Patreon option. Streaming all the time, lots of fun. The green bubble, yes, man, the green bubble of the of the old. Well, I guess. Well, actually, yeah, it would be the old text, right? Like regular text is green, and then the data iPhone text is blue. And then you've got or what is it, Google there on Twitter being like, you know, like this tweet in standing against Apple and their, you know, blue dots and stuff because kids are being bullied or something. So I'll piss off. Seriously, you are a weird individual though. If like 87% of your peers all have iPhones and you have the Android, you are the odd one out.
You're the problem. No, that's
you're the problem. That's just kind of funny though. Didn't realize it was that bad. What is my iPhone background? On this side, I've got the Master Chief from Halo 3, and when I open up my phone, I have the Halo Reach space backdrop, which just like asteroids and stuff. So there you go. If I had like a love of my life or something, or an animal or anything, I would put that in there, but I don't, so I just have the Master Chief from Halo 3. So.
Those are the ones of his life.
Yeah, and then the Reach backdrop, just because it's kind of cool, just like space with like the little asteroids. It looks actually really nice. It does, and it doesn't disrupt my apps. Like I don't want anything like blocking my apps or making it hard to see what apps I have. So it's kind of like it's a very neutral kind of just backdrop. But yeah, I've always had the Halo 3 Master Chief there and the lock screen or whatever. I did at one point when we went to more like what the hell was it? What are those screens called? The ones that Apple has now? The freaking hell, what are they called? It's like the ultra condensed high resolution screens. They got like a specific brand name that I can't think of. Whatever the hell that is. When they moved to that, I had to go and I had to find a higher resolution version of the Chief. And I was like, ugh, what an inconvenience. What is the name of that? Oh my god, they have like a branding name that they use for their freaking screen names. What is that called? It happened years ago. iPhone screen brand. God damn it. I'm like so perplexed now I can't find it. Oh, Retina. There we go. The Retina. When they moved to Retina, I had to get I had to bump up the Chief quality. I had to get a new picture, and it was like, finding the right size and everything. So it was a pain for like 2 minutes, you know. There we go, the Retina. But you know, my phone there, Kevin, runs at 120 FPS. It's 120 hertz.
Nice.
Yeah, it's super smooth and fluid. I didn't realize it would make that much a difference, but yeah, it's kind of amazing. Microsoft makes ridiculous work from Windows OS compared to what Xbox makes from Game Pass. That's what I was saying, is like, I think that department makes a lot more, but I don't know off the top of my head. How's the 5G rollout going in Canada? It was kind of pitiful, and now it looks like it's okay. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Our companies really lag on stuff. Like, they don't want to update anything unless they have to. Like, it's just disgustingly bad here. And our, like, you know, our current ruling party doesn't give a damn, so it's kind of like a sucks to suck for the citizens. I really want someday to have a party to come in that actually cares about, like, internet and stuff. That would be so cool. So cool. Rednut, thank you. Somebody else found in the chat too, but yeah. iMessage is great. You can even play games. You can. That was really cool. When I was with that one gal, we would sit there playing games on the phone. We would do like, what was it? We would do pool, and I think we did a Flappy Bird competition once, and I'm like, I don't like this. And yeah, that was kind of that. Not huge on Flappy Bird. Ever since I couldn't get that one achievement, I'm missing one achievement in Goat Sim. And that's for doing the stupid Flappy Goat crap in that game. I can't do it. I can't do it, Kevin.
Oh, that's funny.
That's the one achievement I'm missing, where you've got to do Flappy Goat in the game. Frickin' hell, I can't do it. Anyways, yeah, so we did pool. I think there's like Hangman in it. There's mini golf. You know, all kinds of little things. Because we were trying to find something to do together, you know, because you don't live together, you gotta find something to do, and I was like, that was the co-op story. Remember the co-op story, Kevin, where I'm like,
oh yeah,
coop?
That's funny. I didn't know that was the same person. Where you're like, hey, you want to do some co-op? You want to do some chicken coop, or what was it?
Like for chickens?
Yeah.
Oh, it kills me. But it's like, okay, because I was suggested Minecraft, and it's like, no, I don't want to do Minecraft, and I was like, I was actually sour about that. I was like, really?
That's funny.
Not even gonna give Minecraft a chance? You're not even gonna open your heart to the potential of liking Minecraft? Unbelievable. I don't know about you, Kevin, but it's mighty sus when someone doesn't like Minecraft.
Right. Well, that's actually true. Just about everyone. I haven't met someone who's played Minecraft that doesn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't think she ever played it, but like...
Yeah. Which
even
is
know.
funny, watch probably be his biggest fan. No.
I like my Minecraft. Can't even give it a try. I think I even offered to pay for the app. I was like, I'll put the money down. Well, I mean, it's kind of like, it's simple to learn, and you can still text and talk to each other while you're, like, playing the thing, right?
It's not hardcore. Easy to, yeah, like you're saying, easy to learn. It's creative, you know, it's not like, yeah, big skill gap in Minecraft or anything.
Oh, we played beer pong a lot.
Oh, beer pong's always fun, right?
Yeah, they had that as a game on the phone. It actually got really back and forth.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was pretty even. I remember having some like grudge matches going on there. Yeah, that was brutal. Anyways. See, you can do that within the phone there, Kevin. Right through the text. That's why it beats the green dots, my friend.
Right.
Is my phone wallpaper a picture of myself? I could do that. I have a lot of great photos. Like, I have the Google Home that I did a review of on the channel, guys. You gotta plug that stuff in when you can. Anyways, it's a glorified picture frame. But literally, it's like within eyeline side of myself. Like, you know, kind of like that way. And it just goes through a reel of hundreds of photos of me. You know, it's some would say it's a very narcissistic thing, but, you know, I do me, and, yeah. Right now, it's the picture of me wearing the Master Chief helmet from the Infinite thing. But yeah, it just cycles through photos every once in a while when I'm like, you know, looking out into the distance and I just catch a picture of myself. It's great. Oh, I hit the freaking ledge and killed myself. Kevin, do you have any picture frames of yourself?
Like on my phone?
I don't know, like a picture frame or something.
Oh, a picture of myself.
Are you like Nickelback, where you're like, look at this photograph?
Oh. Not really. No, I got like
he
pictures
just dropped
of
the tank into the water. He just backed into the water. Sorry, it was the other tank. The enemy tank was getting shot at, and he just like reversed right into the ocean. Okay, go ahead there.
Oh, I guess my girlfriend's got a baby picture of me here.
That's odd. She has a baby photo. Of
That's
you.
hot, right?
No pictures of you guys together or anything, but a baby photo. And that's specifically something
Oh,
she owns, not that you own.
Yeah, right. Which is interesting.
That raises a lot of questions that I'm not going to dive into.
No, that's hilarious. Well, she's like telling me, like whispering in my ear this answer of like, oh, we got like this like picture frame. Like I got all the phones of me and her on my phone or whatever of us hanging out, or like on social media. I actually think that's like my one profile picture.
I thought you had no profile pictures. Oh no, you have a profile picture, but you don't have any Insta photos.
Yeah. I can never think of what to post.
Photos of you doing stuff.
Right. I guess.
Yeah, no, just, you know, do what I do. Just have, you know, you and her go on a walk, you stand out in the middle of the grass, and just have her take a photo of you standing there.
It's just like, I don't know, I guess it makes sense because like for you, because I'd say like you're, I don't know, what would be the word, an influencer, or like I don't know, like you're, yeah, you know, but like for me, I don't know, it seems so random for me, like, hey guys.
But how are people gonna know who you are if you don't take photos of yourself and post them online?
I'm sure if right? The world's so weird, dude. I don't know, I always figured if you cared, you'd talk to me, right? Like,
Yeah, but we want to see you without having to interact with you.
back to the, okay.
Yeah. But think of the people that could benefit from being like, oh, that was a nice field, I wish I was there, and then they scroll past you. You didn't think of that, did you? Let's see here. I'm too competitive for Minecraft co-op. I'm willing to be steady and teach. Well, the thing is, it's like from my perspective, it was perfect, right? Like if you're playing ping pong and, you know, beer pong and stuff on your, you know, the app games, you can't talk to each other. You're just, you know, playing the game, and then you talk. And then you go, okay, you want to go again? Yeah, okay. And you're playing. Whereas it's like, you know, if you're doing Minecraft, you can, you know, there's chat things in the game, so you can still be chatting and playing, and, you know. Anyways. It's easier when you don't have to play the games and just chill together. That's even better. Takes all the ease out of that. Anyways. Sky Narcissus 5. Oh, that actually does sound pretty cool. Xbox revenue was 16 billion, Activision was 9 billion after acquisition, but Xbox 25 billion. Windows revenue was 21 billion. I don't think it works quite like that. Now I do wonder also, how will they do the factoring of the Activision acquisition, like from a financial point? Is that going to just be like a loss for Microsoft overall, or are they going to put that as a loss in the Xbox department? Because they spent money buying Activision, because they ain't gonna do anything else and stuff like that. They probably don't include it. Probably go under an acquisition or something, I would imagine. And then again, I'm not an accountant for like a billion or $1 trillion company, so I'm sure they have people that handle this kind of thing. That would be fascinating. Hey, yeah, I'd like to set up an interview with someone on Xbox. Oh, cool. What department? The person that does the taxes. I'm very fascinated. Let's break this down. There you go. I do the weird interviews. Remember, guys, the more subscribers, the more growth we have as a channel, the weirder the interviews I can set up.
Right?
This guy Golden God 5, what? Windows/cloud infrastructure is the main moneymaker for Xbox. It's the cloud is where they make the most dollar bills. The Azure cloud is like their big dollar bill department. Yeah. Which is funny because it's also like, you know, kind of a second behind Amazon and stuff, which is interesting. The Azure cloud. The more you use it, the more it grows or something like that. It's very interesting. Kevin, there's a guy that was trying to bomb you and I killed him. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All I did was save your life. Oh, I knew that was a guy there. I was kind of looking at it because I was like, is that a guy? No, I killed him anyways. Oh, he got me. No, that guy got me. I think we're caught up on the questions here.
That was a lot. That was...
Not as much as that one. You remember that one stream where I was just like knocking them out, bang, bang, bang?
Oh yeah, you're like, wow, okay, I'm gonna try to do my best, and it was like a 5-minute like power rush through all the questions.
It was beautiful. There was a lot of questions that day. We don't get questions like that anymore, do we? It's a little more tempered off. Although we do have questions more throughout the stream. See, guys, questions give us something to like feed off. We're like vampires. Like from Twilight. Just kidding. Kevin's the vampire from Twilight. I'm the vampire.
I always thought
the shadows.
Oh, what? You get to be the shirtless wolves? That's not fair, dude. That was...
Shirtless wolves. That's funny. But anyways, we'll probably... I don't know if we'll wrap it up after... Yeah, we'll probably be done after this match, because there's still like a lot of time left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like halfway through. Okay, I think that's good. I cap these things, you know, so I get more me time. But don't worry, Kevin, we can always go play something afterwards if you want to.
Make you play Insurgency with me?
Yay!
It is...
That's the beauty of having everything scheduled. You literally don't have to do a lot. I had a riveting conversation with someone today that literally told me, it's like, you literally don't have to do anything. And I'm like, what? You know, I gotta do videos, I gotta stream. It's like, no, not really. No, you don't. You work for yourself. You literally decide whenever you want to work. You literally don't have to do anything. I'm like, huh, no, that's accurate.
No, that is sweet. That I've always thought of that. We're like... It's a funny balance, right? Because you work hard. I don't think anyone who actually knows you could say you're not working. You know, like you have to put in a lot of work, right? Just to get content out there. As much as you can decide not to do stuff, if you decide not to do stuff for the next 6 months, that could absolutely wreck what you got going on, right? Like,
It's all about the flow.
yeah, exactly. So, like, I don't know. There's a weird balance or whatever, but I do see. I also think you work almost longer. Actually, I would say you work longer. Like when you're talking, sometimes where you're you're playing a game, but you're playing it to review, and this has to be done. And like where you pull out like 30, 40 hours on a game over a weekend, like you're doing an entire work week for someone in one weekend to get a game done, right? Like it's it's brutal. There's a lot you gotta do. But the benefit to it, I guess, would be that, you get to make your own hours. I don't know. I see where it goes both ways.
It would actually be easier for me to just have work a regular job.
Yeah.
But the goal is in the long term, I work lots now, so that hopefully later I don't have to work as hard.
But there are the benefits. You can pick and choose what you want to do. It's not like you have to do something. There are days where it's like, hey, I don't want to do anything today, so you can choose not to. And other than like obligations or agreements you have with companies, there's no one breathing down your neck giving you a hard time to get something done. You know?
That one company. Damn, they pissed me
That
off.
one.
Like, dude, I had the game for like 2 days. I missed the building falling again. I don't know. It's just the idea of that. It's just like, you don't technically have to do anything. I was like, well, you know.
Right? No, it is funny.
And it's like, people are expecting me to stream. But you don't have to. It's like, well, whatever. This was funny, but... you gotta have things you're working towards, right? Otherwise, you're just chilling.
Right? Well, I do kind of like the point, too, though, of, you're playing games anyways. Why not stream it?
That's another problem that is, like, a growing issue. Is the idea where it's like, I gotta play something, but I'm like, I might as well just stream it.
Right?
And then you're not just playing a game. Like, I kind of have this fantasy here where I'm gonna sit there and just play, like, Grim Fandango and just enjoy it by myself, but it's like... It's so much more tempting to get, like, value out of it by streaming it instead of just, like, playing it. Because I don't necessarily get, like, a whole bunch out of streams. Unless it's, where we're getting, like, a good donation day or getting, like, viewerships or good sub growth. It happens. You never know what you're going to get on a stream, right? But it's a steady thing. It adds to the action, and I think it builds a little community. I hope you guys enjoy chatting with one another and whatnot. But it's like... It's very, very interesting, because it's like, those are hours you could potentially be streaming and working and stuff, but instead you're like, just sitting there fooling around doing nothing. It's a slippery slope, right? Slippery slope. That's why I'm trying to somewhat limit it. I do 3 hours usually, but sometimes we do more. It depends on the game, or if I'm having fun or something. Like, I'm sure people have seen that. I'll go really long on a game just because I'm, like, enjoying it, or we're having good sessions and stuff. Yeah. It's just interesting to think about. Funny and sexy at the same time. Oh, Laurie. You are too kind. Your Zay needs to get here faster? Why? Oh, for Crossfire X? I've told Kevin about that guy, so...
Yeah.
He might be here. I'll be here definitely doing it. I'm looking forward to Wednesday because it's a new episode of Resident Evil.
I've seen commercials for that show. Any good?
I've told you it's phenomenal.
Oh, you did? Yeah, you have. Yeah, actually.
I can't talk that show up enough. It's so good. Alan Tudyk is a treasure. Where have you seen commercials for that? Like on YouTube or like what?
When I'm watching sports.
Really?
Yeah. Which is also funny. I wanted to bring something up. I was reading this article, and it was literally talking about Rogers did something like a $5.2 billion deal or something like that, or it might have even been more, but I might be getting the number wrong, what I'm getting at, but it was in the billions, and they got the rights for television marketing. The rights for television marketing for NHL in Canada, right? And they kind of took it from TSN, who had it for the longest time.
Yeah.
And this thing was literally going into what a bad, like it looked like a good deal at first, you know, the money in that, and Rogers was kind of big, but like what a bad deal that turned into. And it went into like basically what you were talking about, what you were telling me with that sports is like the only thing keeping cable and satellite TV alive right now. It's like,
Yeah,
from the surveys they've run, it's like the reason people even get it. Heck, it's the only reason I have it, right, myself. So, but they were talking that, yeah, what a bad service that was, and they still have it for like, I think it's like another like 5 or 6 years. I'll probably get in that time frame wrong too, but they have it for a couple more years.
Long term, they usually do these contracts for like several years at least.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, and they're talking that, you know, it's really time for sports to get into like its own streaming service, or like specifically into like already established streaming services and that, if it wants to grow with the younger audiences and stuff. And yeah, I don't know, it was really interesting.
Yeah, that's a big thing I always mention, is like sports are gonna have issues. Like they have issues growing sports because they're still using antiquated like distribution models like old TV. But at the same time, that's the only thing keeping old TV going is the sports. Sports. Which is a good segue, because I forgot to. We usually do announcements of our athletes winning medals, and I forgot to do that earlier. So I feel kind of bad because they're not going to have as much of a showcase.
That's fine. Our women's team, they beat the U.S., right?
Yeah, 4-2. But we also got congratulations to Michael Kingsbury for silver in the men's moguls. That's from 2 days ago. And then a double podium, we got Max Perot, who beat cancer, by the way, guys, to come to the Olympics. Won gold for snow sport slope style, and then Mac McMorris won bronze. And then Kim Boutin won bronze for the women's 500. And we got something for the ski slope, but it's not telling me their name. It's kind of driving me crazy. One sec, I'm gonna look at this. Lutit was the first to go for Canada. Oh, no, who won then? Doesn't tell me who really won. It just tells me there's a quartet of people competing. We've never won an Olympic medal in ski jumping. Really? Wow, that's depressing. This has been around for like 80, 90 years. We've never won a medal. And it doesn't really tell me who won the... I retweeted the wrong thing there. I always retweet the correct medal thing so that I can go back to it and be like, hey, but we're not really winning too many medals this year, which is a little disappointing. Usually we kick ass at the winter stuff. Where is this person? I've got to find this. I like to support our athletes. Yeah, it doesn't really say who it is. Oh, mixed team. That's why it says multiple names. Duh. Oh my god. So Mackenzie Boyd Close, Alexandria Lutit, and Matthew Sakoop, and Abigail Strait. That sounds like a lot. Is it all 4 of them playing? Do they do like rounds? I don't know. Anyways, they won bronze or something for Canada, so good on them. Can't be bothered to look into it. Congrats to our athletes. Good job out there. See, now if I was a super big streamer, Kevin, you know, you have like tons and tons of people watching, people would be chatting about that kind of thing. Yeah, so that's why we do that. What is my favorite rare game? Ooh, favorite rare. Would that be GoldenEye? Might be GoldenEye. Or could it be Viva Pinata, filled with fun? Filled with fun. I'd probably go with GoldenEye. Yeah.
I was just gonna think anything other than Viva Pinata is wrong, dude. No, I'm joking.
Viva Pinata, filled with fun, filled with fun. Oh my god, we can sing the song because it's Xbox. Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They own Viva Pinata, the show, the game. It's Xbox IP.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We could do a Viva Pinata sing-along.
I would do that. Oh man, you should give me a list of songs we can sing.
That's literally all that I can think of.
I just kind of like that joke that, you know, you can tell, or when the people ask about songs or whatever, and you'll mention that it's like oh yeah, no, we can do like half a line or so, you know, yeah. Like,
But no, we can do Viva Pinata. I figured that anything Microsoft owns, I'm kind of like open to do whatever with, and it's not a problem.
yeah.
But yeah, Viva Pinata would be safe. I can't think of any other songs that are available on Xbox games that are, you know, original and whatnot. Other than that one. It's probably something. Cannon needs that ski jump medal. Slap on some skis. I can't do that. I'm not good at skiing. Am I playing Dying Light? I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Operation Locker 24/7? But we like more than just Operation Locker. We play all the Battlefield maps. Except I'm not huge on that Gold Run Railway, to be honest. It's just boring. I know people like it, but it's boring. Let's say it how it is. It's terribly boring. Yeah. Oh, the match is over? I still want like 10 more minutes of gameplay. Alright, we'll play 10 more minutes of the next match or something. I think that's fair.
What, just to make the time even out or something like that?
Yeah, we're like 9 minutes away from 3 hours. It's
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know. I don't want to like, you know. It's not like anyone here is like rooting for us to win any of these matches or anything. I don't think they care.
No one's requested a win yet?
Nah, we won something, didn't we?
I think we won one or two, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I like to promote our athletes when they win medals and stuff. Which is why it would have been so cool if we would have had a freaking Winter Olympics here in a few years, and I could have covered it. We could have got like wasted at the bar cheering on the athletes.
Oh, you know how cool that would be? Man, the party? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like we really missed out, but well, what do I know? The people voted against it.
I know everyone I've talked to that was from Vancouver in that little bit there, like when they had the Olympics, it sounds like it was a party of the time.
I bet it was. You know, parents speak fondly about the '88 Olympics.
Yeah.
No, but we don't want to spend money on it. You guys don't want to spend money on anything. Yeah. Could have at least had all these new cool facilities and stuff. Operation Locker. Ooh, I'm kind of tempted to sit through this whole thing. Why did everybody quit? Isn't this like the holy grail of like Battlefield?
Fan favorite of it all, like.
Well, we'll go like this, guys. If the match fills, we'll stay. We'll do this battle because it's Operation Locker. If it doesn't, we're just gonna get our time and we're gonna dip. You'll sleep better with a final win. I bet you would. But are you gonna get that? I don't know. I don't think so.
I think that's a service to the people now, no?
Give it back to you, the people. No Bane. You're a warlord. Is this a dying simulator? I didn't die that much. Piss off.
That's a funny comment. That's actually a vintage Battlefield 4 stream comment there. No,
I thought it was Battlefield 5.
Battlefield 5 we destroy. Like I know I'm pretty good at that
Was
one,
it
and
one?
I've seen. Actually, I think you're good at one too.
We now control objective Bravo.
No, maybe. I guess maybe it was this one. I don't remember that. But I do remember the dying simmer. I'd like to request a win.
But yeah,
Maybe Dreamscaper. It's something I'm looking at doing a video on, but nothing concrete yet. I mean, I can tell you tomorrow's videos are gonna be Game Pass Review 2022 and Far Cry 6 on the Series S, and then on the 9th, bit of an oddball one there, guys. We're doing Attack on Titan 2.
Attack on Titan 2. What do you mean?
The video game.
There's a video game? I didn't know that.
Yeah, 2 of them. That's why it's Attack on Titan 2.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'll look into that.
I'm
Have you
doing
played
it-
them before? Are they any fun?
it's quite a technical game. You just go around in this square environment, going up and down, cutting things. It's pretty gory. I mean, if that's your thing.
Oh, that's Attack on Titan. That's actually funny talking about like series. Season 4 Part 2. Basically almost a 5th season, but it's not. It's like the end of it or whatever, and I've done so well at avoiding the spoilers for it, which if anyone types any in the chat, please don't read it out. But, yeah, like, because it's following the manga, I believe that's the word for it, basically comic book, for, from what I've heard perfectly, and that just came out and finished it, so, like, the ending is available, but, like, from what I'm watching of it, man, it's a really good season.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm doing this video to tie in with the show ending or something like that.
Dude. Oh, hey, what do you know?
Wow.
Guy Captain does his research, people.
Yeah. It was on Twitter. So I'm like, okay, we might as well throw this on here. Let's see, what was that other one?
Objective Delta is ours.
Thought I missed a comment somewhere or something. Sleep better if you like the stream and subscribe. Exactly. I mean, I sleep better when I know that the sub count is growing at a good pace. I want to get that plaque, Kevin.
That's what you've been working towards for how long, right? Like,
Yeah. It's not about the community. It's not about the games. It's not about the passion. It's about the plaque.
get all cruel there. You're all just numbers to me.
You're just all statistical numbers on a graph in an Excel document. An Excel document that tracks this silver plaque that has my fake made up online persona on it. Not even my regular name. Oh. Sky Captain 5. Who's that guy? Oh, that's funny. I don't think I'll ever get the gold one though. You need like 1 million subs. Good luck. Good luck.
That should inevitably happen, no?
I mean, if you keep at a statistical growth of what I have, technically, yes, if I do it for like 60 years or something.
For like 60, oh really?
Yeah, I mean, it takes time to get 1 million, right? Like that's... Well, let's say we get 20k a year, right? That would take 5 years per 100,000. So then it'd be 10 years for... Wait, what did I say? 5 years for 100,000... No, 20,000? You get 100,000 for 5 years. 10 years. 200,000... I guess it wouldn't be 60 years. It would still be like, you know, a couple decades or something like that. At the same growth, right? I feel like the math on this should be really easy, and I feel like a dumbass for not being able to think of it off the top of my head. Let's see this. So you get 20,000 subs a year for 5 years. It gives you 100,000 for 5 years. And you times that by 2, so that'd be 10 years. And then I already have 70,000. So let's just say we need another... I don't know, let's times this by 3. That'd be 30 years would give me 600,000. 40 years would give me 8 plus that. So we're looking at like 40-something years here, Kevin.
Wow. Shouldn't it technically accelerate as you get more and more, you know, like friend telling a friend sort of thing, more exposure, all that?
There is exponential growth. There's supposed to be a high growth factor once you hit 100,000. It's supposed to snowball. But I'm just doing at a constant growth, right?
Yeah.
Like some YouTube channels, they get really lucky. They get like 1 million subs in, you know, maybe a day if they're like super, super big or super lucky. But I'm just kind of looking at it being realistic. It's like, okay, good standard growth or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's how long it would take. But, you know, it could be faster. It could never happen. YouTube could get shut down. The Earth could implode. There's all kinds of things that could happen.
The Earth could...
You never know.
Alien invasion. I like
aliens
that.
Could come.
Whoa.
It's hard to say. Well, if anything, maybe the aliens would be really into me. We'd grow faster.
Ooh.
Yeah. Should remaster this one. I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. I wouldn't get your hopes up, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Who knows? But for now, just focus on the easy plaque. You know, it's very achievable. Could be a year, could be just over a year. It's plausible. And think of all the things I could do with that plaque, Kevin. I could take a photo of me with it and a video of me with it, and then hang it on a wall and forget about it.
Like how you come and randomly defibrillate me.
I thought you looked a little dead inside. I thought I'd prop you up.
That was it.
Yeah. No. It would be funny if you could like store shocks, and when you die, you just get propped back up because you've got like a shock in you.
Great.
Have I ever been to E3? I did 5 E3s in person. There you go. I'm like an old man of E3s.
Right.
Except for that old guy that was collecting badges like Infinity Wars or Infinity Stones that first year I was there, and he's like, this is my 25th E3. I'm like, Jesus. He's like, I've been to all of them. Never saw that guy again. And again, he wasn't too old looking, but I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. What happened to that guy? Shame you're at work or you're jumping. That is a shame. Oh, Kevin, looks like we're about done. Did this lobby fill up? Nope. It looks like a dead lobby. Anything you want to say to the people, Kevin, before we call it a day?
Why Battlefield 4? Why? No, I'm joking. Thanks for watching.
Have thou forsaken thee? No one gets at this point. Anyways, that's it, guys.